Let's begin with today's session. As diverse and widespread as our alumni are, we are all a part of the IIITF family. And with this initiative on academic enlightenment sessions by Geek Heaven, the Technical Society of IIIT Allahabad, we want to give the present students an opportunity to interact with alumni excelling in their respective fields and learn from their experiences.
The years go by and the number of familiar faces at campus diminishes, but the memories we all carry within us seem stronger all the time. So we welcome you all to the first session of Alumni Interaction Series by Geek Heaven.
We'd like to introduce a phenomenal alumnus, starting with Mr. Dhruv Agrawal. He graduated from IIIT Allahabad with a BTech in IT in 2021 with a whopping CGPA of 9.78. Yes, you heard that right, 9.78. A gold medalist and a DAAD Vice Scholar with an expertise in deep learning, he has also worked as a research intern in INRIA France, ACT in Germany, IIT Delhi, and with SAP Labs Bangalore.
Next, we have Mr. Vishal Pani, a passionate researcher in deep learning and computer vision. He did his graduation in information technology from IIIT Allahabad. He is an incoming graduate student at EPFL in CS department. In the past, he has worked as a research intern in INRIA France, University of Stuttgart, Germany, and ISI Kolkata.
Our next alumni of batch 2021 is Mr. Mehul Arora, who is currently working as a data scientist in PayU and has a past experience of working as a research intern at University of Bonn, Germany. He did his graduation in information technology and was a former deep learning intern at GSOC 2020.
A keen researcher, Mr. Anant Rai, has graduated with a degree in information technology in 2021. He is an incoming grad student at New York University in the CS department. In the past, he has worked as a research intern at NTU, Singapore, University of Belfast, Germany, and IIT Bombay.
We are honored to have all of you with us today, sir, and look forward to learning more about your experience while working and researching on fascinating projects. For all the attendees that have joined us today, we request you all to drop your questions in the chat box. We'll take them up at the end of the session.
Okay, to begin with, our first question for you all would be, what did you expect when joining IIITA? Was it everything you imagined would be, or was it better in any different way? What was the role of IIITA in helping you achieve what you have achieved today? Anand sir, Vishal sir, would you like to take that?
Yeah. So when I first came to know, first of all, hi everyone. I think today will be a bit of an informal session, so don't expect any formal kind of information from us. So we'll try to be as relatable as possible. But let's see. So when I first came to know about IIIT Allahabad, it was first of all my I wanted to have a good computer degree, a computer science course. However, my rank was J-means rank was not so good, I guess. So the best thing that I could get was IIIT Allahabad, practically speaking. But one thing that jumped straight out of all of the alumnus and all of the other people who I talked to was IIIT Allahabad was is a very focused institute, and everyone present over here is technologically aware, much more than any other a university or college is present in India. So that was what I expected, and in all honesty, that is what IIIT Allahabad delivered. However, since education had become such an important part of my life in the last 4 years of everyone's schooling years, I had expected amazing classes and amazing assignments and things like that. But that's where we compromised. However, we had very excellent faculties in some courses. However, some other than that, the things that was the best in our college, I think, is it's a very tight-knit community, and the friends we make over here, like despite this sounding very cringy, it's the friends we make over here will most likely stay throughout our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
exactly.
I think more important than anything else is the friends you are like staying with and the seniors you contact. I think they help you grow much more than the faculty, and I think Triple IT Allahabad has very solid community in that sense. So yeah, I think I'll speak for everyone else when I say that seniors and our own friends were very much active in shaping our interests and careers than any other faculty or course that did. So yeah.
Okay. So our next question would be, what got you interested in research? Like, were you interested in research from the day you began your BTech or the initial days of your college, or did you eventually find yourself interested in that field? Mehul sir, would you like to take up this question?
Yeah, sure, sure. So like when I came to Triple IT Allahabad, I had literally zero knowledge about computer science. I didn't know what shit is there in that. So I started out figuring out what we can do. So in first year, I remember that we had some mentoring session with our super seniors. So from there, I started learning WebD and all, and then I went into AppD. I tried all the things that were there, and after in second year, I guess I started with research. So yeah, maybe I would say that try as much as you can, because only when you try you'll know if you have interest in that or not.
Right.
Yes, sir. That was very insightful, sir. We are also trying to do the same right now. Okay, so moving on. Vishal, sir, we have heard from our seniors that you have always been interested in sharing your knowledge in the field of ML and AI, be it freshers or your peers, thus motivating them to take up this amazing field. But we would love to know what encouraged you to begin your journey in this field.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to like rephrase the question, because you said that I tried to like disperse my knowledge. However, it was the knowledge of other researchers over the world, and I just dispersed them. It's none of mine. I'm just a humble beginner of this field. However, it's just an extension of what Mehul said. It's actually like the basic concepts that we are taught in college, like the breadth first search and the breadth first search, right? The DFS and DFS. First, like you have to garner interest. Like you have to start, like whenever you start your college or whatever you do, you have to first start out exploring as much things as you can. So that's the breadth first search of BFS, or in RL terms, what we call exploration, right? So once you explore a lot, you'll find out some things that click, some things that don't click, obviously, and then you move on. For me, it was like uh, I tried a lot of things. I tried web development, AppD. I tried machine learning, deep learning, whatever. But in the end, deep learning clicked, and I went with the motions. Like right now, deep learning is not clicking a lot, so I'm trying to move over to computer graphics because I play a lot of games and I'm interested in how animated films and all of those things work. So these things change, and your interests, they change. However, you have to be true with yourself. Like whatever your interests are, you just have to be true with it. You have to give it time. Like whatever you do in your college, you hang out with friends, you do anything you want, but एंड में काम है वो करना पड़ेगा. Okay, that's it, I guess. Yes, yeah. So motivation is nothing like that. I just reached out to whatever opportunities that I could grasp. I talked with professors, friends, like did some courses. I did as much things I could in the first two sems, and then I did a DFS, like a first search in deep learning. So that's it. Yeah.
Great. That's amazing. So as we all know that Mehul sir has cracked GSOC in deep learning, which is considered to be a very tough job. So sir, would you please, would you like to share your GSOC journey with us?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, initially I wanted to do GSOC, but yeah, kind of I was busy finding research interns and all that thing. So I wasn't able to contribute much. So I asked my friends around, as Vishal said, that your friends are there. They are going to motivate you. They will be helping you find what your interests are and where you can go. So yeah, I still remember, I'll tell you a story how I started contributing in that organization. I was sitting in a computer lab. I don't know which lab was it going on. So a friend of mine, Shivansh Tiwari, he had already interned in GSOC with my MIFOS organization. So I was telling him that yeah, my intern is maybe the intern that I got will get cancelled because of this corona and all. So he was like, yeah, why don't you try GSOC, man? I said, I don't have much dev experience. Then he showed me a list. He told me how you can make the contributions and all. Then while exploring, I found some of the projects that had, like, they didn't require much that deep, that deep knowledge about deep learning. So my guess would be, or my opinion would be, go and explore projects that are there, because not all the projects require in-depth knowledge. Some projects are superficial, so you only need superficial knowledge for uh, contribution in them. Yeah. So maybe once you get in, after that, your mentors, everybody will help you.
Okay, so moving on. What are the key advice and roadmaps you would like to give to freshers on how to proceed and explore in this new yet exciting coding and development environment from scratch to advanced and be a successful programmer or developer in general? And Vishal sir, can you take that? Anyone?
Yeah, I think I'll just skip this over to Anant or Mehul because they are the devs in our group. I have zero knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
Anant,
guess Mehul
please
and
find out the leader.
Anant, you're
Bro,
muted.
mute hai bhai, mute.
Yeah, I think both. I was also not as a hardcore developer than some of my friends, but yeah, I think the best thing is to like stay updated with the technology and keep applying them on new projects. And like, I think the best thing is take up good projects with your friends in hackathon, or not even in hackathon. Just take up anything interesting that you want to do or build. So like I was making different kinds of app for like brushing up app development skills, and then like when you start in some field, eventually more opportunities come up on your doorway, which like enables you to apply them in different situations. So like I think we recently built a Oxy tracker app for Haryana government, and I think like we saw that we are capable of doing that, and then we took that project, and on the way of building, we applied some things that we already knew, and we also learned some things that we didn't know before. So I think application is the best example for like building yourself and development, and reading and staying up to date with the technology. And Mehul can like cover if anything I left there.
I'll just digress a bit because some of you might think that this is like only concentrating towards research and higher studies. And if you're one of those people like me, like what do I do with dev? It's only for those who do dev, not for researchers. In a recent internship experience, I found out that development and software concepts like all those encapsulations or jo bhi hai wo sab, those are very important while like making your research project also, because these guys, these developers, they are solely focused on how they scale their product, right? Or how they scale their code base once the complexity of the project increases. Okay. Now, what happens with research projects is that you start off with a very basic problem statement, you build small things, and then you move up the scale. And as you move up the scales, people like me who don't know any dev side of things, they make a mess of the code. And by the end of the project, the data flow is so bad that you like spend 2 hours to just change, I don't know, bracket somewhere. Because it's so bad, you won't find that bracket anywhere. Even IntelliJ would be like, bro, 1 साल 2 साल या 5 साल में मेरे डेवलपर ने मुझे बनाया, इंटेलिजेंस दिया, पर तेरा ब्रैकेट नहीं ढूंढ पा रहा. So it's bad. So if you are aiming to be a researcher, like if you're thinking of it, don't neglect the dev side. Software engineering is one of the most important things that computer science as a field has developed. So keep that in mind if you ever feel demotivated while studying software engineering. Yeah, sorry for the digression. And move on. Mehul.
Yeah. So mostly all the things were covered by Anant. I would only like to add one small thing, that people or students like me, for me example, I was generally scared to start a new project. Like, what if I get stuck? How will I complete it? So the main thing is just start it. Don't think how will you reach the end. Just start it, because it's the way that teaches you, not the end product.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we are not that like we are definitely not a good like role models for development, but you can like find really good developers in our seniors. So yeah, you can easily reach them out and like get a more focused tips for specifically like if you are doing app development or web development or anything. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think
like
like
yeah,
our yeah, we have really great like seniors in dev. So yeah.
even in our batch, like I know a lot of people who are really accessible. Like you drop them a message, if they're busy, like they won't reply you in 2 days, but they will reply once they get free. Now, I can name drop some of them, but I guess you can just contact me. I'll just name them. But
Yeah.
yeah, try to find out those seniors. And they're really helpful. They help with like my seniors help me, your seniors will help me. This perpetual cycle will go on. Yeah. Next question is thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Dhruv, sir, we noticed that you were a part of two different internships working simultaneously for projects that are poles apart. How were you able to manage them both while students like us face a difficult time working on even a single project?
So yeah, hi everyone. Firstly, I'm not actually proud of this that I did two different projects simultaneously. Actually, this was a coincidence. I actually wanted to do the research intern with Germany, but it was cancelled actually because of this COVID. So I did not actually have a research internship that time, and so the what I had was like the SD internship at SAP, but that that the cancelled internship actually got converted into a remote one. So now, since I had made the commitment, so I had to do both. And secondly, what happened was like both the internships were not very demanding. So for me, it became actually easy to handle both of them. Like I used to in the morning, I used to sit in the meetings at SAP, and in the night, I used to work with my second internship, which was the research one. And yeah, I don't encourage to do that because ultimately my experience was not very good because I could not focus, entirely on one of the projects I had. I was just dangling in between both of them. So
I
yeah,
think, I think many of us will be put in a situation where we can do two things instead of one, and it can be
yeah,
actually good also if you can really manage them and they are really manage them properly side by side. And I think it will be plus if you can do that, obviously. But so one tip that I got from my senior, because I also did that in some places, was from one of the faculty, Rahul Kala sir, that if you're doing that, do not mention that you're doing them side by side, like because when other people see that you're doing two projects or internships side by side, people will think that both the works are not that good because you are able to do them side by side. So try to like you should be looking out for opportunities, obviously, and if they happen to coincide and both are good, then sometimes it's actually good to take them both and try to manage them, but always try to mention them separately and tell them make them hold good in their individual merits rather than saying that okay, I did both of them side by side. So that's also one thing important.
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, sir, for your sharing experience on that. Okay, after all the experience, what do you think college students like us should focus more on learning the most, like WebD, AppD, MLAI, or competitive coding? And which is better for us, learning only a single skill and becoming a specialist in it, or exploring all different skills and becoming average in all of them?
It's like
Uh,
first you explore everything,
Yeah, I think the
like
best tip
first or second year.
I also got in my junior year was initially you want to try to become jack of all trades, and in later years you have to become master of one. So like I also did the same. I tried in my first year web development and app development. Didn't like web development at all. No offense, but yeah, I thought I really find the app development like stick with me more. So I did that more. Then I in second year I did a lot of deep learning, and then that appealed me more, so I finally moved to that. And the good thing about trying all is like you will be sure you will be basically up to date, and you will be sure that you have like looked everywhere and you know that you really like this more than anything else, and it really will helps you build a confidence. And later on, like even if you are doing, like let's say if you are not like good into, like let's say if you I moved from app development to deep learning research, but that app development skills is like still came used to me. Like in my final semester, I was not really able to find good research internships for deep learning that were paid and funded. And I was also very busy with my applications for MS, and I did not really have time to like send mails and apply for these positions. But due to my app development background, I really was able to find this NTU internship at internship at NTU for 6 months. And even though like at that time I had like fully shifted to deep learning, it was a really welcoming thing because NTU is prestigious and it will really help me still like it's like mentioned like that name in my profile will obviously help me. So I took that, and like that helped me in the end, and some way like in my applications also, to get the brand of NTU. And so I think that's good to try initially in first 2 years. Try everything that appeals to you, and then try to like stick with one thing and pursue it with full dedication. Mehul or anyone else can also add on to that.
Yeah, I guess you covered almost everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So moving on to the next question. So how important do you think the mathematical courses are for artificial intelligence and machine learning? Like there are some of us who don't really like maths and the related subjects. So is AI and ML a specification that we should avoid? Dhruv sir, would you like to answer this, or anyone?
Yeah, Dhruv, take it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can. So yeah, if you want to dig into the AI or machine learning, you need to know like the basic of mathematics. That's not unavoidable. But like the second part of your question, like if you do not understand or you do not like mathematics, so should you avoid this field? I would say no, because like applying AI and machine learning techniques to your product does not actually in makes it necessary to you for you to know the mathematics, because you can just learn the concepts from like abstract view and apply them. But if you want to go into research or like go into the depth of algorithms, like how do they work or how you can optimize them or maybe how you can change them for your work, then you should at least understand what basic mathematics is. And it's not again that you need to learn the very core of the mathematics or like very um, different equation or something. You just need to have a basic overview so that once you are reading an article or you're reading a paper, you at least understand what's going on, and later you can actually understand it by reading from other sources. That is
Yeah.
Vishal, if you want to add something.
Yeah. Like through his answer and and the question, like
I would
just
like to interrupt. There is a famous quote: "If you don't understand it, don't worry about it," by Andrew Ng. So basically, if you do a Coursera course, he keeps on saying that on every maths segment, that he knows that maths can be difficult, so he keeps saying that. But the point is that to apply deep learning, you do not know very hardcore maths. But somewhere, if you like want to go into deep research, you may need to be able to have grasp on like basic linear algebra and basic mathematics. So that helps to understand different papers, and when reading, going through some other research, some other people's research or stuff like that. Yeah, Vishal.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that like here lies a very fine line, right? See, you are like you are interested in deep learning, okay, but there are two very fine distinctions. Like, do you want the product side of it or do you want the research side of it? Okay, like Dhruv said, the product side of it is basically you working for a company applying deep learning or applying state-of-the-art algorithms on some problems which increases your business. Okay, in this whole equation, research is not involved because you're simply applying state-of-the-art algorithms and you treat them as black boxes. Black boxes is something that you just know the input and you get some outputs. You know only about the input and output, not about the inside workings. Okay, that's totally cool because that's what you want to do. You don't want to do research. You don't have to run the maths. Okay, You just need to know the pros and cons of each algorithm. That's all. However, the other flip side of this coin is that if you are interested in research, I will be very strict here. Like, I'll be very frank. Anand said that you may require some mathematical knowledge, but no, you will have to be in love with the maths. If you are not in love with the maths, you won't keep in touch with the state of the art, because people right now, this field is so saturated right now. You to do anything new in this field in terms of research, you have to find out nooks and crannies, and when you go to those nooks and crannies, only pure maths and a love for it will lead you there. Other than that, it's GG boys. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
true. I think
exactly.
like it depends on a lot on your ambitions also. Like if you're targeting on
Exactly.
very high research, then you definitely will have to get good with maths and become friends with it. And because I think at the core of every state of the art research, there is some mathematical setup
Yeah.
or some mathematical genius that went behind it, and voila, the algorithm is now state of the art. So if you are not good with maths, then you won't be able to start anywhere. So I think that's important. But like if you're not very ambitious, you can still like dabble into things, and it's not like if you want to be casual researcher and probably like like experience like from backhand, then if you do not want to lead the research like state of the
Yeah.
art, then probably there is some flexibility there. It's debatable how much, but I think don't to get too much discouraged. But yeah, I think you have to, if you're really ambitious and want to like have a paper in like CVPR or something, then I think you have to make maths your friend. So that's true.
Yeah. So point to note, when he mentions ambitious, he only means ambitious in research. Okay. Not ambitious in the business side of things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just to be clear,
Yeah,
we don't want to create any outrage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sir,
I think we can move on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if I don't like linear algebra and probability courses of my own college, then like ML is not my subfield. I can
Yeah.
Try
tell that.
try
No,
to
no,
do courses from other sources, because
Exactly.
college
Exactly.
हाँ
That's the point.
makes the course very boring.
हाँ देखो हमारे फैकल्टीज के मतलब पढ़ाने के तरीके पे मतलब अपना इंटरेस्ट एकदम मत जज करने
हाँ.
दो. You should try to like always try from a second source if you're not liking from something that is being taught at IIIT Allahabad. So like you can always try Gilbert Strang videos. We stick with that when
Yeah.
like studying linear
Exactly.
algebra, and he really helped like understanding difficult concepts a lot. But yeah, like I think like you can still try, but yeah, obviously there will be some limitations of how much you're good at maths and how much you can go ahead in that field if you are not good. So mujhe, like I'm also not very very good I think in maths, but I can still understand the basic concepts and apply and read basic concepts. So that's, I think, somewhere you can like make adjustments to how much you are skilled with maths and what you then aim accordingly. So uske hisab se you have to adjust your ambition. So
Yeah.
don't get discouraged because if you are not understanding IIIT Allahabad courses. So हम भी नहीं समझते थे तो चल मारो.
ये तू बता रहा था भाई, हम एक रात पहले जाते थे और बस
हाँ
सीख
हम
सीख
लोग
के आ
हम
जाते
लोग ध्रुव सर से समझते थे, हमें कॉलेज में नहीं समझ आता था. ध्रुव और
थे.
राहुल
Like,
सर.
a simple litmus test of if you love math is that if you casually watch number file videos, or I don't know, if you watch 3 blue 1 brown videos casually, then you love math. I guess that's it. Do you watch them?
Yes, sir, like sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's more than enough. Like, proficiency is not required. You just need to love it. That's it. I guess. But those are my views. Don't hold me to that.
हाँ I think we
I
covered it
think we
fairly.
can move on. Yeah.
चलो आगे बढ़ो. हाँ.
Okay. Let's move on. So the next question, sir, is for an answer. So like you already said that, and you have explored a variety of fields like app development and AI, and you have also done significant work in both of them. So how did you manage to excel in both these fields while also maintaining a strong academic profile?
भैया एक्सेल नहीं किया बट ठीक है बता देता हूँ मैं. So I think I like started, so I did not like obviously, like every other first year, I was clueless when I joined IIIT Allahabad. But I think like when you are, I think one good thing about IIIT Allahabad is it keeps you putting into forefront of technology and things like through hackathons and competitions and stuff like that. So hamare, like in our first year we had some competition which forced us to learn things like web development, competitive coding, and app development and stuff like that. So through that through that motivation of taking part in that competition, I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, we tried to do some of our entry level competitive coding and app development.
अरे try hacker club वो बीच में
हाँ,
बंद हो
try
गया
hacker,
try
something
hacker
try
competition बीच में बंद हो
something
गया
try competition. Yeah. So I think after we were not really like हमें किसी को I think नहीं idea होता है कि starting से कि okay I'll definitely like this, but through that competition I and my friend both really started liking app development. So we even after the competition ended, we did the Udacity course. I think there is a good Udacity course for app development, and there are really good courses for all the fields, so you can look up on that. And like when you we kept developing from then on. And then after that, after that obviously there is a burnout time of everything when you so मैं bore हो गया फिर app से थोड़ा. So then I started and
Witcher.
obviously from Witcher 3. Okay, हाँ वो तो ठीक है, Witcher 3 भी start किया था. But then I started through obviously through some motivation from my friends also, who were also starting the same. I started doing Coursera courses on deep learning, and I fell in love from that in that course. I fell in love with the field from that course. So I switched from there. But I think once you get into dev or one field, you obviously get a lot of opportunities to keep practicing them, and you never forget once you learn. So that's good thing if you keep applying them. And academics, I think, at least मैं बोलूँगा मेरा I'm really lazy and laid back in terms of academics. And if I did well, it's all thanks to my peers. मेरे side में मतलब होता है ना कि रात भर जग के पढ़ने वाले लोग थे, तो मुझे भी motivation मिल गई थी. And we kept, I think the peer, there is a lot of there was a lot of positive influence from my peers to do well in academics. And I also had developed this ambition of doing masters from second year only. So I knew I had to get my CJ good. So combined with so support from my friends and that motivation helped me dedicate a good enough time to academics as well. And I tried to basically and I tried to manage that with my current interests. And I think I don't know, since now the curriculums are different from my years to the junior years, so I don't know how much my tip will be applicable. But what I never really actively studied, so it's not like I used to study every week or anything. But I was more of आखिरी दिन चाय और कॉफी पी के कैफीन हाई लेके मैं पढ़ता था. हाँ, तो मैं आखिरी दिन में ही पढ़ता था. बट मुझसे मतलब वो ये कि आखिरी दिन अच्छे से आई थिंक हमारे एग्जाम में if you work hard enough for last 1 or 2 weeks, you can easily score good grades. But I don't know if that will hold true for your curriculum. So I think मतलब वो ये थोड़ा सा time management करना पड़ता है. I think that's an important skill to learn in order to excel in any field. So I think that's the best thing I can do.
Right.
Yeah.
So a quick reminder for the attendees, if any of you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box. We'll take them towards the end of the session. So moving on, Vishal sir, can you please take us through the process of MS applications in Europe? Like, what are the advantages and disadvantages of pursuing higher education there?
Yeah. First of all, I'll start off with when you start with the application process, it's basically third year starting. Yeah.
Sorry, कौन सा application?
Normal MS application कब शुरू हुआ? Third year starting.
हाँ, yeah. So third year starting में you have to so if you're is it internship application or MS application?
No, MS proper application.
MS proper application is like I think
after third year summer vacation, fourth year first term.
Yeah, fourth year first semester you have to
Yes, yes,
start. So I think it's not really that long of a period, but like the application process is short, but I think a lot of time goes into planning your universities in which you want to apply, and your strategy of application, and basically preparing for other things like GRE and TOEFL.
Yeah.
So that actually takes these things basically take longer time, but application itself is like मतलब in your final semester का मतलब तुम्हारे final semester के it will take final semester का 3-4 महीने. So that's not a long period when you're applying to colleges, but the main thing is planning beforehand for you write how will you write your SAP, who will you ask for LOR, and
बाद में बताना.
Okay, so that would,
a question.
I think that will be covered in later question. But overall,
Yeah.
I think I think the best answer is first semester of fourth year.
Fourth year. Yeah. So basically, what you do, like the most latest things that you can do is start being conscious about applications from the beginning of fourth year, like July of whatever year. Like let's suppose you are applying for the September of 2022. So you start thinking about master's application from July of 2021. Okay, like have 13 to 14 months between your applications and your whatever goal is. Okay, so what you have to do for European universities is that you have to give the GRE, and you have to give either the TOEFL or IELTS for English, like English whatever. So I took TOEFL. Okay, no particular reason, I just took it for English. Okay. Now the thing is, you should give your GRE latest by September, starting of September, and TOEFL latest by the end of September. Okay, September of 2021 if you are trying to appear in September 2022. Okay, so 12 months before. Okay, for European universities. Now the thing about European universities is that, like, one of the biggest pros is that the top universities in Europe, when I say Europe, I talk about the EU. Okay, I don't consider UK because Brexit वो निकल गया. ठीक है, तुम वहाँ शेंजन में नहीं जा पाओगे, बहुत दुख होता है. ठीक है, पैरो आइलैंड्स नहीं घूमते. So whatever. So the best universities are in Germany and Switzerland. Okay, in mainland Europe. So, and the other thing is that education is free in Germany and Switzerland, even for third country citizens like me from India. So technically मेरे EPFL का जो fees है वो एक सेमेस्टर का वो ट्रिपल आईटी इलाहाबाद से कम है. ठीक है, जो कि स्विट्जरलैंड के लिए बहुत माइंडफक चीज है. ठीक है, क्योंकि वहाँ चॉकलेट मिलता है 400 रुपए का, जो यहाँ मिलता है 20 रुपए का. ठीक है, तो मल्टीप्लाई डिवाइड कर दो. ठीक है, so education is literally free. However, you have to pay for your accommodation there, मतलब रहने खाने का. So that comes up to be around for 2 years. That's realistically speaking, that's around 20 lakhs for me. Okay, realistically, provided not realistically, that's worst case. Provided I don't get an internship, I don't get a job later. Okay, so मतलब पूरा पैसा इन्वेस्ट करने का 20 lakhs है. बट अगर बीच में तुम्हारा मतलब इंटर्नशिप आ जाता है CS में, अपन ऑलमोस्ट सब CS और EC है ना, तो EC का भी बहुत खतरनाक होता है. तो वंस यू हैव एन इंटर्नशिप, यू बेसिकली ब्रेक इवन. मतलब आप 7 लाख जितना इन्वेस्ट करोगे और 7 लाख जितना तुम्हें इंटर्नशिप से वापस मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, तो मॉनिटरीली स्पीकिंग यूरोप मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस बिकॉज पूरा सस्ता है. हाउएवर मेनलैंड यूरोप का एक इश्यू है कि तुम्हारा जॉब प्रोस्पेक्ट्स थोड़ा मुश्किल है यूके के बराबर, मतलब कंपैरिजन में. ठीक है, यूके इज लाइक यूके एंड कनाडा इज हेवन फॉर आईटी एंड कंप्यूटर एंड ECA स्टफ बिकॉज सारा वही है. बट यूरोप में दे स्टार्ट इंट्रोड्यूसिंग EU पॉलिसीज, लाइक हम सिर्फ मेनलैंड EU वाले बंदों को ही जॉब देंगे, इंडियंस मतलब थर्ड कंट्री सिटीजन को नहीं देंगे. But usually that's the rules. However, companies also want like top candidates, so they also start bending rules once they find that you are better than the Europeans. Okay, which in more than most cases happens. Okay, because उनको party करना होता है, हमें पैसा कमाना है, ठीक है, तो practical. Third world, हम क्या है, हम 2.5 world country है, जो भी. Okay, so that's it. So that's my look into the European masters thing. If you want to have a job, ठीक है, job में थोड़ा issue पड़ता है, ठीक है, तो that's the con. However, if you want to do a PhD, if you're inclined to into a PhD, तो भाई यूरोप या स्विट्जरलैंड से अच्छा कुछ नहीं है. मतलब the PhDs over there in Switzerland get a salary which is equivalent to a full-time worker in USA. Okay, so that's great. And once you are done with your PhD at such a top university, then you're like, take me, boss, take me. बोलो ऐसा पैसा फेंकेंगे तुम लोगे बस, ठीक है. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is that by the end of it, you don't care about the money. Okay, if you're into PhD
Right.
and वो सब dark souls level shit करना है, तो तुम पैसे के लिए नहीं हो, तुम थोड़ा रिसर्च करना है. हाँ, तुम्हारा रिसर्च में 2 लोग सिर्फ साइट करेंगे, 2 लोग पढ़ेंगे, but that's not the point of it. ठीक है, तुम बस कर रहे हो रिसर्च, बस मन करो, बस थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल रखना, ठीक है. So that's it. Pros, in short, अगर सुने नहीं, DL, too long didn't listen, is that pros are free education, okay, and good for PhD, Europe. Cons are, if you're into job, थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा, but since अभी ये remote वाला चीज़ अभी देख रहे हो ना, तो तुम basically इंडिया में बैठ के US का काम भी कर सकते हो, if you are eligible. तो वो भी थोड़ा मतलब ग्रेइश हो जाता है, कोई ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट है नहीं, थोड़ा तुम्हें देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या, खुद से रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, रिसर्च करना, ठीक है. तो प्रोस बता दिया, कौन से थोड़ा जॉब का इशू रहता है बस. एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस मोस्टली सारे स्विट्जरलैंड यूनिवर्सिटीज का होता है अराउंड अक्टूबर टू नवंबर के बीच में. अक्टूबर 15 से नवंबर 15 का वो जो 2 महीने या 3 महीने का पीरियड है उसमें होता है. एंड जर्मनी वाले और अच्छे हैं, दे लाइक डिले टू. अगर तुम्हें शुरू करना है अक्टूबर 2022 में, तो तुम्हें अप्लाई करना पड़ता है, यू हैव टू अप्लाई एट ऑन May of 2022, which is perfect because by that time you know if you are getting a good university or खतरनाक university at USA or Canada or Switzerland, you know it by then. अगर नहीं मिलता है, then apply for the German ones and then you try your luck there, or you do whatever you want. I don't know. Okay. Another bad thing about Europe is that you have to have your CG. Like CG का थोड़ा archaic लोग हैं वो लोग, तो they think about the CG a bit more. So if it's 9+, you're safe. Okay. Yeah, 9 you're safe. However, there's another thing that they match your curriculum with theirs a lot. US में शायद थोड़ा leeway होता है, but they'll start matching your courses a lot. So I applied for TU Munich, okay? So they gave me a very big Excel sheet and I had to like match कि भाई ये course उनका था. I had to look into the topics and I had to match the courses which I had done. और मैं गफला करता था कि मतलब मेरे probability में statics, हमारा prop stats नाम था, ठीक है, पर stats में वो बोलता है कि हो गया भाई, तुम लोग इतना पढ़ लो, इतना ही हो पाएगा तुमसे, ठीक है. हमें stats नहीं पढ़ाया, पर मैंने डाल दिया, ठीक है, वहाँ जो prop stats बोला. So curriculum CG का थोड़ा रहता है, ठीक है, but डाल देना, 3-4 डाल देना अगर यूरोप मन में भी नहीं है, ठीक है, क्योंकि लग जाता है, ठीक है. Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right.
If I miss something, I think I can add on. I think.
Yes, sure you can. And Anand sir, can you give your insight on the same for the scenario in the United States?
I think yeah. So United States थोड़ा high pressure वाला type है. तो like Vishal said, अगर तुम्हें sure है कि तुम्हें research करना है, and I think earlier period, मतलब अगर मान लो तुम 7, 8 या 9, 10 साल पहले जाते तो तब USA research में भी बहुत आगे था. But I think अब यूरोप मतलब almost equal if not better भी मतलब है research में. तो if you're sure like 100% जैसे विशाल एकदम है कि तुम्हें research करना है, तो I would say कि easily यूरोप में अप्लाई करो और कनाडा में. US में इतना टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. बट इफ यू आर लाइक थोड़ा सा तुम्हें मतलब होता है ना कि वो है कि थोड़ा सा तुम्हें रिस्क लेके तुम एक तो श्योर नहीं हो कि तुम्हें 100% रिसर्च में आना है, एंड तुम मे बी जॉब में शिफ्ट करना चाहोगे. एंड जॉब में भी इन जनरल, जैसे अगर तुम्हें जॉब में भी रिसर्च हो सकता है, जैसे R&D में तुम काम करना चाहते हो at NVIDIA और Google or something like that. So उस sense, in that sense, US probably has a lot better opportunities than Europe. So USA, in simple words, is like high risk, high reward. If you like initially you have to invest a lot more, but if you like successfully go through that period, then वहाँ पे like the earning you get there is like more than enough to cover all your education expense and loan in 1 year itself. So it's like if you are not sure about whether you want to fully commit to PhD or like academic research or something like that, then probably it will be a good idea to apply to somewhere like some places like Canada or US. But if you are not sure and you are still in exploration phase and maybe तुम्हें वो the ना American dream type का कुछ करना है, तो then you can go for applying for Canada and US. US is like a pain in a lot of like ways. I am like, even though I'm going for US, I would say that you have to like really be careful when applying there. From the application process to visa process to living there, वहाँ पे मतलब they have really strict rules on very different things, like and उनका process भी ऐसा होता है कि like if you want to extend visa, there are several other difficulties that you have to face when you want to extend your stay in US. So it's very like, it's not as welcoming as it used to be, US now. So up in that terms, like if you want to like stay for long and कहीं बाहर जाके settle होना है, then US थोड़ा ज़्यादा risky, and then I would say that Canada is better and Europe is a lot better, and UK भी थोड़ा ठीक है. Like UK also is now getting strict, but it is also good. But if you really want to if you really want to get that like best job and like best industry jobs in IT is by like hands down in US. तो अगर तुम वहाँ पे 1-2 साल भी करके आ गए जॉब इंडिया में, मान लो तुम you couldn't get your visa extended or anything, यहाँ पे तुम मतलब basically करियर में तुम्हारा industry experience in US will be like highly valued. So in that sense, US is good. So I think it comes a lot to your own ambition and your own dream of what you want to do, and also like how much you can afford of things. So if you're not like if you can afford easily, then probably go for US. And if you are like not sure if you will be like if you're confident with the cost and you want to do research, then easy choice is Europe, and easy and like obvious choice.
Yeah. Just like one question, like if you're comfortable, can you like give the estimates of how much it's costing you, how much the loan is, and how much time you think you will pay off the loan in?
So I think so in US also there are like various degrees of universities. Some are very expensive, some are not so much. So there is a concept of government universities. So universities of UC, like university like UC Berkeley and there's University of California, Los Angeles, and University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. These all universities, they like offer you like this master's course at very low, not comparatively low cost. So in these government universities, you will find the expense to be around like I think for education, like only for education, around like 50-60 lakhs for 2 years. It's a lot, but comparatively it's less. I think you can even manage in less, like in these government universities. So like in I think in good university, I think in UC UIUC you can manage for under 50 lakhs for 2 years. And on top of that, if you get internship, you will be internships. They offer you positions like research positions and internships, so you can easily get yourself funded there. But then there are also expensive private universities like Ivy colleges and my own New York University. They become more expensive. So in New York, like pursuing masters at New York University will go around something like 65 lakhs for 2 years, and that's the medium level. Then some universities can go as high as 90-80 lakhs for 2 years, and these are like very high very prestigious universities like CMU and University of Southern California, and these others of the same. So you have to, like, that's why, like I said, when you are applying to master, especially in US, you have to do research a lot, like which universities you will be able to afford, or and how much, like will you be able to like spend, and kitna education loan lena padega वगैरह वगैरह. So for my New York University, I am taking an education loan of 25 lakhs, and I think I should be able to manage without my loan. But it's more of my thing that I wanted to, like, you know, like since it's very expensive, I wanted to pay some amount of the education from my side and don't want that to come from my parents' side. But yeah, I think I have seen people taking loans of 40-50 lakhs as well. And I think loan process is also a different sort, but I'll brush through that a bit. So education loan, there are like a lot of, like, nowadays you get like very, very good education loan options without collateral and with good moratorium periods. And the main thing obviously comes to rate of interest and other features, like there is a moratorium period also that you have to look. Some education loan, so most of the student education loan, they do not start charging rate of interest during the period of education. So like when you are studying, they will not apply the loan you take. There is no rate of interest being applied to that. That's because they do not want the students to have pressure when you are like pursuing your education, right? And after you have graduated, there is still some extra time. So for me, for my education loan, I think it's 6 months. And so 2 years plus 6 months. After that, the rate of interest and all the charges for my loan will start applying. So that's good. That's called the moratorium period. And then rate of interest is also good. So if you get, so rate of interest, which the like education loan that you are given on education loan can be can be like variable, and it varies on the basis of things like what is your academic background, how good you have been academically, and where you are going. So if you are going to a very good university, they will probably provide you better rate of interest, and your GRE score and TOEFL score and other things like that. So these things factor in on the rate of interest that the bank gives you. And other than that, I think you can go for non-collateral and collateral. And if you go for collateral also, they probably reduce, going for a collateral loan also probably reduces the rate of interest a bit. But I think that can be easily, it's not, you do not have to go like dedicate a very long time for education loan. It's a simple process. You just have to, once you are like planned where you want to go, you just have to, like, you know, research it for 1 or 2 days and you'll understand everything about loans and stuff like that. And then, and one more thing, there is some other advantages of taking loans directly from US if you're like, or wherever you're going, rather than from taking from India, because when you take loan from India, then you like convert the currency, and then you and then you convert back currency to India, then there is some extra charges that you have to like pay. So sometimes it's better to just take the loan where you are going, from where you're going, just take the loan from there, pay there, and pay them back there only, and that will probably reduce some cost.
Yeah, the common sense is that like rupees right now, let's suppose it's 65 against $1. Usually Indian economy as compared to US, it like doesn't perform that well. So that 65 will move over to, let's say, 68 in the next 2 years. So that 3 rupees might have a like domino effect and cost you a lot. So that's a very sound example. Like whenever you take loans, take it from the most stabler economy. If in another parallel world, India was the most stable economy, you would have taken the loan in India instead of USA. But that's not the case. Yeah. Sorry.
No, so I think that's it.
And like, if you're comfortable, like in how many years or months do you think you can pay off the loan if you go into that money, like if you use that money? Like, let's suppose theoretically you use the entire 25 lakhs. So what do you think? Like, will it take you 1 year, 6 months, or like 2 years to cover up that money?
I think like if you get a job like in US, you can easily pay it in like 3-4 months.
Yeah, that's negligible, I guess.
So So like I said that jobs in US are very very high paying. Like
That's okay.
so it depends, but otherwise I think the point वही है कि मेरा उतना stress नहीं है because my parents fortunately are very well off, so they can probably pay back, but I like to pay back myself. So I think it depends तुम कैसे मतलब structure करते हो अपना loan, because you can apply to pay it in different kind of brackets, not apply like pay in immediately, and then बैंक भी तुम्हें वो देगा मतलब गुड कितना तुम अगर तुम बहुत जल्दी पे करते हो तो दैन बैंक विल प्रोवाइड यू मोर इंसेंटिव्स इफ यू टेक इट टाइम देन प्रॉब्ली थोड़ा इंसेंटिव्स कम होंगे बट the more time you it will be like less pressure because over the time the amount gets reduced, right? Like at month जैसे अगर वो उसको तुम उसमें पे करो parts में पे करो तो you can like easily plan that out depending on how like you know how much what your situation is and what you feel comfortable with. तो वो सब आई थिंक यू हैव टू रिसर्च इट योरसेल्फ, मतलब वो बहुत बहुत वेरी करता है फ्रॉम लोन टू लोन एंड योर पर्सनल यू नो पर्सनल प्रेफरेंसेस एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट.
I think we can move on.
एक चीज इंपॉर्टेंट और थी
Yeah.
कि लोन यू कैन एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट मतलब बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि बहुत पहले से लोन देखना शुरू कर देना चाहिए, बट आई थिंक यू कैन इफ यू हैव गॉट यू कैन गेट अ बेसिक आइडिया, बट बहुत अर्ली टेंशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. लोन इज प्रॉब्ली 1 महीने का प्रोसेस होता है. तो जब एक बार तुम यू हैव अप्लाइड टू एवरीवेयर एंड यू get selected from a different places, then also you can like you know leave that decision to later part also. So matlab it depends, but it's not very like it's not very lamba process, so and it's very easy to do and understand from what I have experienced. So don't take a lot tension there. मतलब application पे focus करना, loan end के लिए भी छोड़ सकते हैं.
Thank you, sir. You explained that very well in very detail, everything from loan to applying, everything was covered. Thank you for that detailed explanation. Okay, so moving on. So as we all know, research is a field that takes a lot of perseverance and efforts, and there are many failures. So what do you think is really rewarding about a career in research? Dhruv sir, would you like to take that?
Mute it.
Sorry. Yeah, so the thing which is rewarding is that you actually work on the problem which you find interest in. So mostly in like industry, you might not get an opportunity to work on the problems which you are actually interested in. You might get a you might get to work on something which you haven't even heard of. So the first rewarding thing is that you work on the thing which you like. And yes, it does require a lot of perseverance because it is actually sometimes frustrating that you are working a lot on this one problem and you are not getting actually any good results, or you're actually failing it. But it's the part of the learning process. And when you actually like after doing it for like months or years, that you try to do a problem, and once you get a result, it's actually very very elating that you find good results, and so it's rewarding in itself. Mehul, like if you want to add something about it, because you might have gone through the same thing.
Yeah, just one more thing. It's like the ownership of the product that you have made. Like some of the startups nowadays promote the ownership that you're making some stuff, so you should own that product. Now, basically, what you will be creating out of research is your own, and you will giving it to the community. And as he said, as Dhruv already said, that you are doing what you like. So yeah, I guess that's everything.
And yeah, and actually PhDs, actually in the PhD, like you have like 3-4 years, like so, and you have like I don't know, like a couple of problems which you are focusing on. So you work on these things, with full dedication. So you try out what you wanted to try in that field. You are free to do that. So that's actually good.
Right.
You
So,
enjoy the freedom.
So many of us sometimes confuse masters with research. So Dhruv sir, can you please tell us how these both are different from each other and how important is research for pursuing masters?
I think I'll take it up because masters. I think like Anant and I can take that up course.
Yeah.
So application happening there. See, research is not required for masters because there are many. See, there are two kinds of master courses. One is thesis and one is non-thesis. Okay, non-thesis is basically at the end of completing your courses, you have to make a big produce a big project, which is called the master's project, and that's basically research based. Okay, you need to do research for that, and that's recommended if you want to do a PhD after that. But it's not like if you want a job after that, it's not that of big of an issue. It's not an issue at all. But then comes non-thesis master's courses. Okay, so these are basically totally industrial based. Like they want you to do the course and then straight away move on to a job. Okay, so these courses on thesis based, they have a lower credit requirement. However, credit requirement is basically I think you guys know what credit requirements are to get a degree. So non-thesis courses have a lower credit requirement, so the course load is lower. However, they not force you, like it's mandatory to do an internship, which is actually good in an industrial company, let's say Google or Adobe or whatever. So if you want to do a job after master's, and if you're like dead sure of it, then just do a non-thesis course, master's course. So for master's, research is not required. But
yeah, I think the one important thing that I also was very misguided upon was that if you want to do masters, you have to get a research experience beforehand. But that's not true. You can get approach masters from two angles. One is applying for masters after getting an industry background, or applying for a masters after getting a research background. And people also sometimes do both. Like they also build research background and also get industry experience. So what's difference? Like if you apply from industry background, then you probably won't be able to I think you can still it will be not, it wouldn't be possible, but it will be difficult to take a thesis based masters, because for the thesis based masters, obviously you have to contact professors to work with them, and if you only have industry experience, then maybe the specialized research fields won't be accessible to you, because there will be other students in the same course who have built research experience and come. They will be obviously prioritized for those kind of research experience and those kind of projects. So if you come from industry side, it may be difficult to switch to research, but for coming from industry side, you can complete the course and then apply for higher paying jobs or higher specialized jobs. So a lot of people do that. They work 1 or 2 years in India, then come to do masters in US, and then they work in some big IT company at US, and that's I think one way. And then the other is you can build research experience, do some research in your masters, and then either go for a R&D job or pursue a PhD. So yeah, you can take back, Vishal.
I guess covered it all.
So if this is masters is independent of research, they are not coupled as strongly as people think. So you can if you're not interested in research but you still want to pursue higher education and do jobs from US or Europe or anything else, then you can do it after getting some industry experience. And I think the track will be significantly different, because then the process of writing SOP and LOR and stuff like that will be changed a lot from something that we did. But yeah, I think it's still possible, and almost a lot of people do that. So yeah.
So now we'll take up some questions from our attendees then. The first question we got through the Google Forms was how to convert the semester projects into research papers. So anyone of you could take this question?
I think the published author can do Anand.
Mehul and I have done that somehow. We also don't know how we did that, but I think the best thing is to the foremost and the most important thing to get published in undergrad is to get a good mentor. That's 80% of the thing. If you don't get a good mentor, you will not be able to get a really good publication. Maybe you will be able to get a decent or very thik-thak publication in some site, हाँ भाई राहुल काला सही बोल रहा है, जो भी बंदा चाहता
ये
है
अर्पित अपना अर्पित है ये।
ये अपना ही अर्पित होगा, बट हाँ वी वर लाइक तो बेसिकली हमारे केस में डीप लर्निंग और एआई और रोबोटिक्स के फील्ड में राहुल काला वाज द बेस्ट एंड वी वेंट टू हिम and after that it's still not like, even though I said that that's the most important thing, it's still difficult, like it's still not easy from there. I think the best thing that of having a good mentor is, and I think the most important thing is कि undergrad में you have no idea what a good research is like. तुम्हें लग रहा हो कि हाँ मेरे दिमाग में बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है, ये पब्लिश हो जाएगा और मेरी जिंदगी बन जाएगी, बट वो आइडिया बेकार होता है हमेशा, बिलीव मी, ठीक है?
Another thing, Nande sir is also good, but Kala sir is more relatable.
हाँ मतलब उनके साथ तुम अपने दुख
Nande sir
दर्द
is
शेयर
also.
उनके साथ तुम दुख दर्द
Yeah.
शेयर कर सकते हो बहुत अच्छे से, बट ठीक है। तो सो बेसिकली दैट्स तुम अपने से तो नहीं हो पाएगा इतना गारंटीड अंडरग्राउंड में। इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गेट दैट विजन एंड आइडिया ऑफ व्हाट इज इन लाइक व्हाट इज नोबल एंड what's going to land in a paper. So good mentor is almost very important, but after that also it's very difficult because even though he's guiding you and he's mentoring you, in the end you will have to you will have to get the results yourself for the projects or research. It's not like he will suddenly come take over and be like तुमसे नहीं हो रहा मैं कर दूंगा तुम्हारा काम, and अचानक से रिजल्ट्स आ जाएंगे। तुम्हें ही मतलब पता नहीं रिक्रिएट करना पड़ेगा अदर रिसर्च को एंड फिर उसको इम्प्रूव करना पड़ेगा। So he will like obviously the mentor will guide you, अच्छा तुम ये कर सकते हो, maybe this is why it's not working, but in the end like होता ना hands on experience तुम्हारा ही होगा, and you will have to debug the like models and stuff like that and prepare the data, and
Yeah.
it will be painful. It will be like it will be one of the most painful experiences, but I think the good part is even though if you don't get a published paper, you will get a really good project research project under you. So that's one good thing. To do not lose hope, even if you don't get published, तुम्हारे पास एक अच्छा research project तो है ही जिसमें तुमने कुछ experience build किया। And I think after that it's all about getting the results, and there is a luck factor and there is a factor of staying determined and not giving up, and I think एक बार वो हो जाए तो मतलब पेपर हो जाता है, मतलब
Yeah.
mentors तो
Another
मैं
thing, हाँ बस मेरे को एक second. Since we are all from IT, for EC, I think like Kala sir, I have heard good words about Sunil Yadav sir, and यार हमको वो कौन, हाँ नहीं सुनील यादव सर।
हाँ basically
core EC I have heard about Sunil Yadav sir.
या बेसिकली तुम लोग हम राहुल काला सर बोल रहे हैं कि हमारे लिए रेलेवेंट था, बट तुम्हारे लिए रेलेवेंट नहीं। तुम्हें क्या पता ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में रिसर्च करना हो तो मे बी जगप्रीत सर विल बी बेटर, आई डोंट नो।
जगप्रीत सर एंड वो भी तो है अपने
बेसिकली पॉइंट इज कि सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज पहले कि टू गेट अ मेंटर एंड गेट अ गुड मेंटर, लाइक ट्राई टू गेट द बेस्ट वन यू कैन, एंड समटाइम्स इट रिक्वायर्स टू सैक्रिफाइस, होता है ना कि you have to sacrifice your probably semester project grade, because like ours, if I don't know if you've heard, but Rahul Kala sir का panel, मतलब how to put it lightly, बहुत अच्छा, हाँ मतलब इतने अच्छे ग्रेड नहीं मिलते इतने आसानी से राहुल काला सर के पैनल में। तो like there is obviously a catch when we went to him, because मतलब होता है ना कि अगर if you didn't do a good job, you will not get a good grade. Like it's not like other panels which are lenient, right? But obviously sometimes तुम्हें वो sacrifice करना पड़ता है to get a very quality guidance and great mentorship. एंड वो तुम्हें रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा कि कौन बेस्ट है तुम्हारी फील्ड में, कौन फैकल्टी अंडर ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स को भी रिसर्च करवाता है, उनको ध्यान देता है, उनको अच्छे से गाइड कर पाता है इस फील्ड में। तो तुम्हें पता करना होगा एंड बस उनके पास जाओ एंड जस्ट लाइक टेल देम कि यू आर लाइक टेल देम योर मोटिवेशन एंड you want to take like publish some research and stuff like that, and I think he'll take you up and थोड़ा struggle उसके बाद फिर you have to struggle and stay motivated। तो अगर मान लो पहले सेमेस्टर में नहीं हुआ तो उस प्रोजेक्ट को एक्सटेंड करो अगले सेमेस्टर में। मतलब पहले सेमेस्टर में हमारा बहुत फ्लॉप हो गया था प्रोजेक्ट, मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा फ्लॉप हो गया था, बट उसको फिर हमने होता है ना कि वी स्टार्टेड। हाँ अबे बीटी साले तुम लोग का नहीं फ्लॉप हो रहा है, टाइम। हाँ ठीक है, तो बेसिकली हमारा फ्लॉप हो गया था बट
पूछ रहा है ओपी व्यास सर का। तो ओपी व्यास सर इज लाइक उनके कॉन्टैक्ट्स बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, मतलब फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज में एंड ऑल, बट रिसर्च अगर फोकस है तो नहीं। ओपी व्यास सर का आई डोंट थिंक कि बहुत रिसर्च फोकस का काम।
चिल एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए तो फिर
ओपी व्यास सर ग्रेड्स के लिए जाते हैं लोग, थोड़ा सा पता नहीं।
हाँ ग्रेड्स मिल जाते हैं बट रिसर्च उतना नहीं।
या फॉर सपोर्ट आल्सो like for foreign experiences and other things, for support and other things you can just speak to OPS. Yeah, and I think Mehul can add anything if he wants. Sorry.
I guess he covered almost everything. Just I wanted to say, like, be straightforward with the mentor you want to be, like any mentor. Just say that you are here, you want to publish a paper, you want to do a project, be it semester project, be it you're free in second semester or third semester. Go to a professor, say that you're interested in a subject, you want to publish a paper, you want to do research in that subject. He'll help you out. So,
और हाँ एक चीज जैसे मतलब इट हैपेंस कि बहुत सारे लोग इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होते रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट में, काला के अंडर जाने में तो बिल्कुल इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होते, तो ग्रुप नहीं मिलता है कई बार, लेट कि एक या दो लोग ही मिलते हैं। तो जैसे लाइक मेहुल अकेला गया था एक बार सेमेस्टर प्रोजेक्ट में, अकेला काला के अंडर। सो ये डिस्करेज नहीं करना चाहिए कि मतलब अकेले भी जा सकता है काला के अंडर, ही डजंट एक्सपेक्ट कि तुम पूरे ग्रुप के बराबर काम करोगे। तो अगर तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट है और वो किसी और से अलाइन नहीं हो रहा है एंड काला सर के पास जाना है, किसी और की फैकल्टी के पास जाना है जो ग्रेड नहीं देता, तो यू शुड गो आई थिंक।
हाँ आई थिंक वो गलती हम भी की थे, एंड प्रॉब्लम ये कि तुम इतना मत सोचो, अकेले भी जाओ बट जितना जल्दी जा सकते हो जाओ, बिकॉज द गेटिंग
इट इज
पब्लिश्ड
बेटर कि जितना जल्दी जाओ।
हाँ बेसिकली द प्रोसेस ऑफ गेटिंग पब्लिश्ड इज आल्सो टाइम टेकिंग, बिकॉज तुम पहले सेमेस्टर में बहुत मुश्किल होता है कि तुम पहले सेमेस्टर में तुम्हारा पहला पेपर पब्लिश, पहला रिसर्च सक्सेसफुल हो जाए। तो मे बी अगर पहले सेमेस्टर में फेल कर जाओ तो अगले सेमेस्टर में ट्राई करो, फिर अगले सेमेस्टर, तो जितना तुम पहले जाओगे उतना तुम्हारे पास चांस रहेगा कुछ सक्सेसफुल होने का। आई थिंक
और ये भी होक्स है कि काला सर का पैनल ग्रेड नहीं देता है। इट्स जस्ट वो जो तुम्हें कहेंगे इफ यू कंप्लीट दैट थिंग तुम्हारा ग्रेड ए या ए प्लस रहेगा, उससे नीचे नहीं जाएगा।
हाँ वो भी बात
Until unless you're doing what they're saying.
हाँ बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होगा।
देखो हमने बहुत ज्यादा नहीं आया था, ठीक है साले है भगवान, कॉल आउट हमें कॉल आउट।
Next question, come on, next question.
Okay, sir. Okay, we should move on. So, the next question is, do we get scholarships if we want to go for research, and how do we get a scholarship?
True.
हाँ सी इंटर्नशिप स्कॉलरशिप्स के प्रोग्राम्स लाइक बहुत होते हैं, लाइक इन द थर्ड ईयर, आफ्टर थर्ड ईयर लाइक देयर आर मल्टीपल प्रोग्राम्स लाइक डार्टवाइज, माइटेक्स, एसएनबोस एंड ऑल। बट सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट उनको मतलब बैक करने के लिए है कि यू शुड हैव अ गुड सीजी। बाय गुड सीजी आई मीन एटलीस्ट 9.2 9.3, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ देम हैव अ सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया which starts with the CGPA. So they basically what they do is like they filter out the applications based on the CGPA, and then after that they look at your other things like SOP or some research experience and all, because they do not expect at undergraduate level that you have very good research experience beforehand. So the only thing which they can use to figure out who is the better student is the CGPA. So there are actually multiple programs.
ESOPs also you can do, like courses भी कर सकते हो तो दिखाने के लिए कि you are interested and enthusiastic. So
हाँ. And second tarika is that you start emailing the profs from, like if you want to get an internship after third year, you start emailing the profs like after your fourth semester and like in fourth semester or the fifth semester, that I want to do a research internship at your department and all, and give them your CV, explain to them in your mail that you did this, you did that. So that is also a thing which you can do, but it is easier to get them through by these programs, in my opinion.
And वो बता दे थ्रू मेल का प्रोसेस कैसे, कितना लंबा जा सकता है, कितने मेल के बाद रिप्लाई आते हैं, सब थोड़ा।
अब मेल का रिप्लाई तो
मतलब बेसिकली यू हैव टू स्टे रेजिलिएंट, मतलब समटाइम्स कुछ लोग को मेल कर करके 10वें 15वें मेल पे आ जाता है रिस्पांस कि हाँ यू कैन कम,
इट डिपेंड्स कि अगर तुम्हारा लक अच्छा है
बट कुछ लोग को
उस टाइम पर लेना, तो
कुछ लोग को 100 मेल करने के बाद आता है। मतलब लाइक अगर तुम्हें तुम्हारे पहले 10-15 मेल में कुछ ना आए तो मतलब डिमोटिवेट मत होना, इट्स लाइक इट वर्क्स।
हाँ लोगों को लग जाता है 100
थिंग इज कि जैसे एमएस एप्लीकेशन अगर 2022 सितंबर में करना है तो 2021 जुलाई पे से सोचना है। सिमिलरली फॉर द थर्ड ईयर समर वेकेशन, उस इंटर्नशिप के लिए यू हैव टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग फ्रॉम फिफ्थ सेम
बेसिकली किसी भी समर में अगर तुम्हें वर्क करना है तो जनवरी से शुरू कर देना वर्क, जनवरी मार्च से। तो बेसिकली अगर तुम्हें थर्ड सेमेस्टर में कोई इंटर्नशिप करना है रिसर्च में तो जनवरी के उससे पहले ही, मतलब वही 3-4 महीने पहले से शुरू कर देना।
तो वही है कि द परफेक्ट प्रोसेस इज कि पहले तुम ढूंढो कि डार्टवाइज, चरपाक या यूसीएससी का बिटर भी जितने भी प्रोग्राम्स है वो ढूंढ लो, ठीक है, एंड कीप देम सेपरेट कि उनका क्या डेडलाइन है, हम ऐसे उसको अप्लाई करेंगे, कीप LORs रेडी, लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन रेडी, फलाना फलाना. ओके. Second part of the process is that, or a separate part of the process is that you start finding out the groups, research groups of your field of interest. Okay, मतलब मान लो तुम्हारा क्रिप्टो हो गया, तो क्रिप्टो में जितने भी ग्रुप्स है, USA, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंडिया, जर्मनी, स्विट्जरलैंड, जहाँ भी मिल रहा है अच्छे ग्रुप्स में मतलब दे पब्लिश पेपर्स, गुड पेपर्स इन योर एरिया. ओके, थोड़ा पेपर पढ़ना होगा, बस एब्स्ट्रैक्ट पढ़ लेना, थोड़ा समझ आ रहा है. Right? So you do that, you make a list of the groups and you start emailing the group leader. Okay, so every research group has a group leader जो कि main prof होता है वहाँ, और वो सब संभालता है. ठीक है, तो you send him a long email. It's up to you, short भी हो चलेगा, कुछ लोगों को long पसंद है, तो सब random है, तो मैं long गया था. ठीक है, तो send a long email giving your details about what you had done and stuff like that. ये मेरा resume है, attach the resume and everything. Keep that format handy and just change few lines for each email. Okay, so मतलब मान लो कोई क्रिप्टो में कुछ, मुझे आइडिया नहीं, क्रिप्टो डीप लर्निंग पे आ जाता हूँ, तो डीप लर्निंग में कोई कंप्यूटर विजन पे कर रहा है, तो तुम बोलो कि आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन कंप्यूटर विजन, आई रेड दिस पेपर ऑफ योर्स और मुझे ये चीज उसमें पसंद है, मुझे रिसर्च करना है इस पीरियड से इस पीरियड, ये मेरा क्रेडेंशियल्स है. या कोई दूसरा रिसर्च ग्रुप दिखा वो RL कर रहा है, तो आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड ऑफ RL, मैं ये रिसर्च पेपर पढ़ा, मुझे ये पसंद है, मुझे ये चेंजेस करना है, यहाँ से यहाँ इंटर्नशिप करना है, ये मेरे क्रेडेंशियल्स है. सो यू हैव दैट फॉर्मेट, यू हैव द लिस्ट ऑफ ग्रुप्स. ओके, सो मान लो ग्रुप मतलब रखना है एटलीस्ट 30-40 ईमेल्स होने चाहिए. ठीक है, 30-40 ग्रुप्स होने चाहिए एंड यू स्टार्ट ईमेलिंग देम. ओके, मतलब ईमेल करते रहो, दिन में 5 ईमेल जाने चाहिए एटलीस्ट. ठीक है, 5 ईमेल एटलीस्ट जाने चाहिए. एंड कीप इन माइंड कि सेम यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोफेसर, मतलब 2 सेम यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रोफेसर को इमीडिएटली मेल मत कर देना. ठीक है, इनको लग जाएगा ये साला स्पैम कर रहा है. ठीक है, तो यू स्टार्ट ईमेलिंग. अगर जर्मनी में एक यूनिवर्सिटी को कर रहे हो तो दूसरा USA में करना. एंड ऑल्सो कीप इन माइंड of their time zones. Always send emails such that the reader reads that or receives that email at 9:30 AM. Okay, कि 9 बजे वो बैठते हैं बंदा, धीरे धीरे आता है घर से, वो फिर मेल खुलता है सबसे पहले. ठीक है, और वो 9:30 बजे तुम्हारा मेल देखेगा. ठीक है, तो उस हिसाब से शेड्यूल लेटर करना होगा. एंड नेवर सेंड ईमेल्स ऑन सैटरडे एंड संडे. वो तुम्हारा ब्रेक है, उनका ब्रेक है, उनको घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता, उनका मिस हो जाएगा सब. ठीक है, ईमेल्स मिस हो जाएंगे. तो वीकडेज, time zones, list, email and start doing them. And if they don't reply, मतलब 30-40 emails तुमने exhaust कर लिया, तो send a reminder mail every in periods of every 2 weeks. मतलब 2 week बाद तुम बोलो कि I just wanted to remind you that I want to do an internship with you, and मतलब उसी मेल पे थ्रेड बनाते रहेंगे. ठीक है, तो यही बेसिक प्रोसेस है इंटर्नशिप थ्रू कोड मेल्स. अगर तुम्हारा स्कॉलरशिप से लग गया बहुत अच्छा, पर realistically सोचिए हमारे लिए it's the core meals that do the magic. Yeah, I think that's it for internships.
Just one thing more, you don't need to read all the paper. Like if you are going to mail
Exactly.
150 professors, you are not reading all of
समझ
their
नहीं आया.
papers. Just
Yeah.
you know, अपना उनका research topic लिखो. Not even abstract, man. I didn't even read that.
मतलब
Just write the research topic what they are working on and then send the mail.
हाँ, ये सच है. मैं थोड़ा verbose बन रहा हूँ. ठीक है, next question. Sorry.
Right. So, is pursuing research from a not so popular college, like maybe an average college from Australia, something one should go for?
Yeah, I'll be short about this. The thing is, if you want to do a job after your master's, okay, so master's is not research, okay, as I had said earlier.
Right.
If you don't want to do a job after master's, you need to have a decent university, okay. My unofficial rule was, which is very wrong, okay, I'm admitting it, that any university above IIT Bombay in QS ranking is a very good university to do a master's in. Okay, that's my very rough estimate. Okay, and it's wrong. I know, but I follow that. Okay, kill me or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so if you do a master's from that university, and in only that subject, QS ranking में subject wise होता है, ठीक है, तो subject wise देख लेना. मतलब तुम QS ranking मत करो, CS ranking अलग चीज होता है, वो सब तुम अपना देख लेना. But अगर if you get a good university, it's good for jobs. However, for PhDs, like when you do PhDs, the groups are more important. So there's a lot of cases where very good research groups are in average colleges. So it's entirely feasible and totally good to do PhD in such universities if the research group is good. Okay, that's it. Next, please. Okay, admin. So.
Okay, so the next question is like, is 8.3 CG enough to apply for an internship in various programs? I guess you already answered that.
For
well,
programs,
still,
8.3 is
Anything
not
you would
that
like
good.
to
I
add?
mean, for
See-
programs, because
देखो for research oriented programs 8.3 थोड़ा lower side है, but you can still make it up with good projects and मतलब अगर तुम्हारा project, you have a good project with some professors or some kind of publication, then it will be overshadowed. So like obviously there is a balancing act when you apply. If you have something bad, you have to show something good. So वो you have to start working. If तुम्हारा CGPA अच्छा नहीं है, तो then you have to start working on other aspects of it.
Yeah, but another thing, if you want to do again masters, then 813 is totally good if you back it up with
Right.
2 years of work experience in USA. Okay.
So if you're
Europe
like,
में चलो.
so if you're going from an industry side, then CGPA और कम मैटर करने लगेगा. Like I said,
हाँ.
दो तरह से अप्रोच कर सकते हो, मास्टर्स रिसर्च साइड से, इंडस्ट्री साइड से. रिसर्च साइड से अगर अप्रोच करते हो थ्रू doing research and building a profile that way, then important है. इंडस्ट्री साइड से करते हो 2 साल एक्सपीरियंस कर लिया, तो तुम्हारा कॉलेज का CGPA कोई नहीं देखेगा, मतलब उतना नहीं देखेगा एटलीस्ट.
Even college भी नहीं देते हैं उस point पे.
तो फिर तुम्हारा जॉब में तुमने क्या किया वो 4
Exactly. और तो मैनेजर का जो है. ठीक है, I think अगर इसको आगे निकालें.
चलो आगे.
Okay, so somebody has asked that they've just started machine learning in their 3rd year. So do they still have time to learn that field for further studies, or should they focus solely on competitive coding for getting a job?
yeah, personally, I mean, if you want to get a job,
Yeah,
you have to do competitive coding. There is no
देखो
other way
देखो
to
थोड़ा
get a
थोड़ा
job.
सेफ खेलना पड़ेगा and तुम्हें थोड़ा honestly खुद से estimate करना पड़ेगा situation. So if you think honestly, you think कि if you can spend all your time in master ML and build a decent profile to apply for masters or further research, then do that. But अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है risky है, तो it will be better to go for a job and then maybe part time research करके या किसी के साथ you can later build your self for machine learning and other stuff like that, and then maybe to pursue that apply for higher studies. But again हम लोग को इसमें I think उतना idea नहीं है, थोड़ा सा तुम्हें और explore करना पड़ेगा किस सिनेरियो में कैसे करना चाहिए. ये थोड़ा शायद हम लोग को उतना पता नहीं क्योंकि किसी ने ऐसा किया नहीं था हमारे साइड, तो थोड़ा ये हम उतना I don't know अच्छे से आंसर कर पाएंगे. बट ऑब्वियसली डोर्स ओपन है, नेवर मतलब कभी ऐसा मत सोचना कि तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट, अगर तुम इंटरेस्टेड हो यू कैन इजीली मेक, मतलब तुम हार्ड वर्क और इधर उधर थोड़ा जुगाड़ करके तुम निकाल लोगे, टेंशन मत लो.
पर्सनल 3rd सेमेस्टर राइट?
हाँ 3rd सेमेस्टर.
बहुत टाइम है, बहुत टाइम.
3rd सेमेस्टर
बहुत टाइम है. ओनली ध्रुव अग्रवाल स्टार्टेड इन.
शिट मुझे लगा 3rd ईयर. शिट ओके 3rd सेमेस्टर तो चिल मारो. हे भगवान.
No,
sir.
थर्ड ईयर.
The question
हे भगवान बहुत गलत है. अरे हे भगवान पूरा गलत.
अरे 3rd ईयर है भाई.
हाँ मैं समझ गया. मैंने पहले गलत
जो आनंद बोला वैलिड है. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट.
हाँ बट
हाँ.
Okay, so someone is asking, like, many of us started exploring at the end of 1st year, and many are still starting now. So do we still have time to explore everything and get good internships and jobs?
हाँ, मतलब बेसिकली लर्निंग का इंटर्नशिप और देखो जॉब का पता नहीं, लर्निंग का इंटर्नशिप से इतना रिलेशन नहीं है, मतलब रिसर्च वाले. बिकॉज रिसर्च इंटर्नशिप्स के लिए तुम्हें प्रोजेक्ट चाहिए होता है एंड यू हैव टू बैक अप द लाइक थ्योरी यू हैव यूज्ड इन द प्रोजेक्ट. तो अगर उतना नॉलेज है तुम्हारा काफी है, ठीक है, तुम साइड बाय साइड तुम सीखते रहो, बट प्रोजेक्ट से मूव करो. प्रोजेक्ट से तो इंटर्नशिप्स मिल जाएंगे. जॉब के लिए सीसी करो, खत्म.
सीसी भी गलत वर्ड है जब बस कोडिंग क्वेश्चन.
जॉब एज इन हमारे IIIT कॉन्टेक्स्ट में.
हाँ कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग करना जरूरी नहीं है, बस कोडिंग करना उससे भी हो जाएगा.
हाँ मतलब हाँ
मतलब 2-3 मिनट डिवोट करता ना हो जाता है.
ध्रुव सर उससे वो भी बोल सकते हैं प्रो थे वो.
अरे नहीं भैया, So that are
चलो
Like I had seen another question in the form, like what is the day-to-day like life of a like research intern? जो कि थोड़ा
Yes,
important question है. It's basically what you do is मतलब अगर एक 3 महीने के internship के framework में बोलता हूँ तो basically starting में you have to do a literature survey. तो जो तुम्हारा problem statement होगा, so already like people have worked on that. We have research is basically like standing on the shoulder of giants. Okay. So किसी ने तो research मस्त कर रखा हो, so you have to get through all of those research and you have to make the pros and cons. तो उन cons को और pros को ध्यान रखते हुए you have to produce a new work. तो वो जो literature survey है, मतलब मैं थोड़ा ठीक से नहीं कर पाया था, but that's very important and you do it for like let's say अगर 1/6 of your internship. Okay. तो उस पीरियड में तुम्हारा 9 to 5 जॉब जो है वो बेसिकली पेपर्स पढ़ना है एंड एनालाइज करना है कि क्या कर रहा है क्या नहीं कर रहा है, और कभी ना कभी गिटहब में कोड मिल जाता है तो यू रन द कोड एंड यू टेस्ट की वो चल भी रहा है कि नहीं, ये फेक रिपोर्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है, उसको रिप्रोड्यूसिबिलिटी क्राइसिस करता है अलग चीज. Once you're done with literature survey, you move on to like start coding and like making up the modules of like you first start by discussing with your mentors about what approach you'll take and all of those things, and you'll have a basic approach ready which is called the baseline, I guess. अगर ध्रुव में गलत बोलना तो बता रहा हूँ. तो फिर you make that baseline. हाँ, तो baseline is basically कुछ ज़्यादा extension नहीं होता previous work से, and you मतलब उस पे मतलब in that period which is again 1/6 या जितना भी है, मतलब fractions में इतना अच्छा नहीं, तो you like go at 9 a.m. you start coding whatever you were coding, you make up a baseline in let's say 1/6 of your say, internship, and once the baseline is ready you start like analyzing, like producing all of the results through your data sets or whatever experiments you're doing. You experiment with your baselines. Okay. So that again 1/6 is like baselines experimentations. Then you start seeing what the cons of your baselines are and how it's related to the cons of the literature survey and all of those things. And then you start making your proposed method. So you again have a discussion with your mentor कि भैया अब ये सब कर लिया है पर मुझे और अच्छा तो obviously करना है. So you start doing that. So that's the majority of it. So अभी मैं 1/6 into कितनी बार बोल दिया, 3 बार बोल दिया, तो half internship हो गया. तो next 2/5 मतलब 0.25 internship तुम्हारा proposed method code करने में जाता है. So the workflow is same as how you coded the baseline, but your ideas, so तुम modules लिखते हो वो Python जहाँ भी तुम कर रहे हो, matters not. And then वो 0.25 हो गया, तो 0.75 तुम्हारा internship खत्म. And then like जितना भी है, मतलब अब बहुत ज़्यादा ही मैं divide कर रहा हूँ, तो सोच के नहीं divide कर रहा हूँ, पर जितना ही बचा है experiment कर देना, और जब 0.05 बचता है उसमें रिपोर्ट जैसा तैसा लिख देना कि लास्ट के रिपोर्ट या पेपर अगर तुम्हारा प्रोफेसर पेपर एम करता है तो लास्ट के 0.05 जो इंटर्नशिप होता है जो कि 2 हफ्ता होता है शायद ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, उसमें वो बहुत रगड़ता है और बस उसमें लिखना होता है. तो मतलब टोटल इंटर्नशिप एक्सपीरियंस में इन माय ओपिनियन वो लास्ट का 2 हफ्ता बहुत बेकार होता है, ठीक है. नहीं तो इट्स अमेजिंग, मतलब एवरी डे यू आर लाइक टैकलिंग न्यू प्रॉब्लम्स एज विथ एनी डेव जॉब. बस ये तुम्हारे प्रॉब्लम्स है जो तुम्हें टैकल करना है, मतलब जो भी समझ. रिसर्च में और एक चीज़ है कि 9 to 5 जॉब जो बोल रहा हूँ ऐसा होता नहीं है, थोड़ा लीवे होता है, छुट्टी मिल जाता है, तुम 10 बजे आओ 6 बजे जाओ, मतलब तुम पे थोड़ा होता है, तुम हाफ पैंट में हो शॉर्ट्स में हो, कुछ मैटर्स नॉट, थोड़ा डिसेंट रहना पड़ता है ऑब्वियसली. एंड या दैट्स इट. रिसर्च लाइफ चिल लाइफ है बस वही. आई थिंक इसको ऐड करना तो बता दो. ओके.
So proceeding towards the next question.
Yeah.
What is recommended? Applying for masters straight after college or after getting 1 or 2 years of job experience in India?
ये भी मैं जल्दी ले लेता हूँ. यूरोप के लिए इमीडिएटली बिकॉज जॉब इतना मैटर नहीं करता है, बट अगर सीजी कम है तो जॉब ले लो क्योंकि दैट्स ऑब्वियसली अ प्लस पॉइंट. यूएसए के लिए जॉब करो, पर अगर तुम्हारा एक्सेप्शनल है लाइक अन्य जैसे लोग तो तुम डायरेक्टली कर सकते हो, ठीक है. बट जॉब इज ऑलवेज अ प्लस पॉइंट, ठीक है. अगर तुम्हारा सीजी है इट्स बेसिकली अ कॉम्पेंसेटिंग factor for the low CG that you have, which is not out of your fault. Maybe it's out of your fault, but may not be out of your fault. CC जो भी तुम्हारा चल रहा है तुम्हारा तो fault नहीं है, CC वाली कोई. so you can compensate that with your job. So it's up to you. CG high है तो डायरेक्ट अप्लाई करते रहो, पेपर्स है तो डायरेक्ट अप्लाई करते रहो, नहीं तो
और अगर बैकअप पे तो तुम एक साल अप्लाई कर देते, मान लो तुम्हारी जॉब लग चुकी है तो तुम अप्लाई करके देख सकते हो, एंड फिर अगर हुआ कहीं अच्छी जगह तो सही है,
हाँ।
तुम्हें लग रहा है मे बी मुझे और वेट करना चाहिए तो और 1-2 साल करके फिर से अप्लाई करते, तो इट्स नॉट लाइक थोड़ा फ्लेक्सिबल है, मतलब थोड़ा पैसा जाएगा, मतलब ऑब्वियसली क्योंकि यूएस एप्लीकेशन थोड़ा एक्सपेंसिव होते हैं, यूरोप एप्लीकेशन थोड़े से ठीक ठाक होते हैं, इतने महंगे नहीं होते, तो यू कैन मतलब थोड़ा इधर उधर कर सकते हो एक्सपेरिमेंट, और मतलब इतना यू कैन मतलब होता है हार्ड फास्ट रूल नहीं है कि मतलब होता है ना तुरंत करना जरूरी है कुछ, तो
हाँ, that's it.
Okay, so
Next question.
last question from our end. Like, what message would you like to give to your graduating juniors and as well as us who have turned into sophomores while sitting at home?
Yeah, that's a very relatable question. But before that, I saw one question in the chat which said that what about MBAs? We are not the right people to speak about MBAs, but then again, it opens an opportunity for you guys in Week7 and the student body to contact people like alumnus who have done MBAs and do a session just like this. So they'll be much better like guide for you. And please, can you please repeat the question again, because I found that was very important.
Okay, I'll repeat the question. What message would you like to give to your graduating juniors as well as us who have turned into sophomores while sitting at home?
Oh, I think like I'll be short. For me, it was have a tight knit group of friends, and that's enough, I guess. They'll cover up everything. There's a
मूवी सेशन रखो भैया
हाँ,
दोस्तों के साथ ऑनलाइन, मतलब वर्चुअल में,
हाँ,
और
वर्चुअल सेक्शन वैलोरेंट खेलो, नहीं खेलते हो तो
ट्राई टू मेक इट अप, मतलब जो भी लॉस हुआ है तुम्हारा इसमें
yeah.
थोड़ा
There's a like the very legendary saying that your intelligence level is the average of the room you talk with or something like that. Paraphrase कर रहा हूँ. But to me it's like अगर वो करोगे तो सबका mean intelligence पहुंच जाएगा चुतिया पे. It's basically your intelligence level. Can you hear me? Because one of my birds just went off.
अरे वैसे भी ये सब चीजें भी
We
मतलब
can-
ऐसा लग रहा है वो कि बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल से हैं कुछ,
हाँ.
बट जब अच्छा एक ग्रुप होता है तो पता भी नहीं चलता, ऑनेस्टली बोल रहा हूँ, जैसे हम सब लोग थे तो मतलब ये सब चीजें बहुत जल्दी निकल भी गई और पता भी नहीं चला, और बहुत इजीली भी निकल गई, मतलब फ्रेंड्स का सपोर्ट होता है तो बहुत आसान होता है, तो एक अपना पीयर ग्रुप होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है,
वही.
लाइक माइंडेड पीपल हो तो बहुत आसान हो जाता है हर चीज, मतलब मेरे हिसाब से।
हाँ, वही. Yeah, like, there will be dark days, but like people will uplift you, and that's it. My only like advice to you guys is make good friends. That's it. Face up. Chill.
हाँ भैया सही बात है,
सही
सही
में
है।
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट।
That's it. Yeah.
मेरी तो पहले इंटर्नशिप ध्रुव के कारण लगी थी। ईमेल्ड में द ईमेल
मेरी
एड्रेस ऑफ द प्रॉफ
6 मंथ विशाल के कारण लगी थी, तो समझ रहे हो कितना हेल्पफुल होता है।
अरे एक
एक्चुअली होता है मतलब बोल
नहीं तू बोल ना, मैं क्वेश्चन स्कैन कर रहा हूँ चैट में, जल्दी आएगी।
मैं बस ये बोल रहा था कि लाइक अगर तुम रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड लोग हो, किसी को जाना है, तो आई डोंट थिंक कि यू विल फाइंड बहुत लोग नहीं मिलेंगे अपने बैच में, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ देम क्या होगा, थर्ड ईयर तक आते आते प्लेसमेंट में बैठ जाएंगे, एंड मतलब तुम्हें एक काइंड ऑफ प्रेशर होगा कि सबकी जॉब लग रही है, मेरी तो लग नहीं रही, या फिर जो भी है, तो इट्स बेटर कि अपने लाइक माइंडेड लोग जो सही में रिसर्च में जाना चाहते हो, सही में मास्टर्स में जाना चाहते हो, उनके साथ एक बॉन्ड बना लो, सो दैट कि मतलब कोई तो चाहिए ना सपोर्ट करने के लिए, कि मतलब तुम जिस पाथ को चूज कर रहे हो कोई तो दिखना भी चाहिए, तो
देखो कभी कभी ऐसा भी
फिर
होगा कि
बाकी easy हो जाता है।
मे बी तुम्हारे ग्रुप में नहीं हो एंड तुम्हारी किस्मत ऐसे खराब हो गई कि तुम अकेले हो, तो और जो एक दो लोग जानते हो मे बी वो तुम्हारे लाइक माइंडेड नहीं, मतलब अदर इंटरेस्ट मैच नहीं हो रहे, तो तुम लोग इतने दोस्ती में नहीं पाए, बट फिर भी उनके साथ कांटेक्ट में रहो, एंड लाइक होता है ना, मतलब भले ही तुम लोग दोस्त नहीं बन पा रहे हो, बट एक दूसरे को अपडेट करते रहो कि क्या हो रहा है, ताकि जब तुम देखोगे कि दूसरा बंदा कुछ कर रहा है तो तुम भी मोटिवेटेड रहोगे, और वो भी होता है ना, वो एक थोड़ा सा वो हो जाता है कि मतलब एनर्जी आ जाती है दूसरे को देख के कि कुछ कर रहा है तो मुझे भी करना चाहिए एंड ऑल दैट थिंग। एंड इफ नॉट, अगर तुम्हें स्कूल में नहीं मिल रहा तो यू नो मतलब सीनियर्स, जैसे अभी ये सेशन होपफुली तुम लोग को हेल्प करेगा, एंड और भी बहुत सारे सीनियर्स हैं जो बहुत खतरनाक जगह गए, तो यू कैन ऑलवेज कॉन्टैक्ट देम एंड उनसे मोटिवेशन ले सकते हो, उनसे पूछ सकते हो कि कैसे किया था उन्होंने। तो अगर बेस्ट चीज़ है तुम्हारे दोस्त में से, तुम्हारे दोस्त लाइक माइंडेड है और वो सब कर रहे हैं, तो वो तो बेस्ट है, मतलब मैं नहीं कर पाता इतना अच्छा अगर मेरे दोस्त नहीं कर रहे थे, मैं बहुत आलसी हूँ, बट अगर वो नहीं हो पा रहा तो ऑब्वियसली तुम्हें फिर और एक्स्ट्रा थोड़ा सा एफर्ट करना पड़ेगा, बट वही है, तुम्हें ढूंढने से मिल जाएगा कहीं ना कहीं, कुछ होता है ना कि चीज़ जो तुम्हें मोटिवेट करेगी, एंड लोग सीसी कर रहे हैं तो ऑनेस्टली मैं बोलूँगा तुम्हारे अगर सब दोस्त इसी कर रहे हैं बट तुम्हें बिल्कुल मतलब होता है ना तुम्हारा इतना एंथू है नहीं और तुम श्योर हो कि तुम्हें मतलब हायर स्टडीज करना है, मास्टर्स करना है, तो ऑनेस्टली इतना मत सोचो। मतलब अभी अर्ली स्टेज ऑफ लाइफ है, तुम रिस्क ले सकते हो यहाँ पे। तो अगर तुम बहुत श्योर हो तो बस पूरा एनर्जी लगा दो उसमें जिसके लिए श्योर तुम, और मतलब हो जाएगा कुछ ना कुछ। एंड अगर थोड़ा डाउटफुल हो तो आई थिंक सीसी करना इज नॉट, मतलब सीसी करना जितना लोग बोलते हैं कि ना रेगुलरली करना उतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है। तुम 1-2 महीने करके भी तुम छोड़ सकते हो इंटर्नशिप, तो उतना इट्स वेरी मतलब होता है ना कि एडजस्ट हो सकता है, इतना मतलब पहले से प्रेशर लेने की जरूरत नहीं है। तो मतलब ये आइडेंटिफाई कर लो कि क्या करना है और कितना फ्लेक्सिबल हो तुम। अगर तुम थोड़ा श्योर हो कि मैं जॉब करने के बाद भी कर सकता हूँ तो देन उसके हिसाब से तुम्हारा डिसीजन चेंज होगा। तुम नहीं हो तो फिर देन अपना सारा टाइम लगा दो मास्टर्स या प्रोफाइल बनाने के लिए, मास्टर्स के लिए तो
बस 2 क्वेश्चन देखा, जल्दी जल्दी बता देता हूँ। हाउ डिड यू मैनेज सीसी डेवलपमेंट एआई टुगेदर? मैंने तो मैनेज नहीं कर पाया। प्रायोरिटी सीसी लास्ट में रखा मैंने, मैं रिसर्च वाला पढ़ते गया मैं बस, और कोर्सेज करते रहा, तो प्रायोरिटी बेसिस में हैंडल करना। फिर दूसरा है विशाल सर, यू हैव डिसाइडेड टू गो फॉर पीएचडी, व्हाई डिड यू नॉट अप्लाई फॉर डायरेक्ट पीएचडी? इतना औकात नहीं था। आईआईटी से होता है तो सब डायरेक्ट पीएचडी अप्लाई करते हैं, मेरा कोई रिसर्च पेपर ऐसा है नहीं, पब्लिकेशन
आईआईटी से भी इतना जरूरी नहीं, आईआईटी से थोड़ा ऑब्वियसली हेल्प हो जाता है, बट अगर तुम्हारे
पब्लिकेशंस होने चाहिए।
बेसिकली पीएचडी के लिए तुम्हारे पीएचडी में बस तुम्हें पब्लिकेशन देंगे। जैसे मास्टर्स में मैंने बोला कि एक ही 2 ट्रैक्स होते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल वर्सेस रिसर्च। पीएचडी में बस एक ट्रैक होता है खाली रिसर्च, और कुछ नहीं देखेंगे तुम्हारा। और पीएचडी क्योंकि पेइंग, जो पीएचडी इज बेसिकली पेइंग, मतलब वो एक पेड जॉब है एक तरह से, अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी से करो तो ठीक है। तो ऑब्वियसली वो वहाँ पे और स्ट्रिक्ट होता है। तो मास्टर्स में मे भी तुम थोड़ा बहुत रिसर्च एक्सपीरियंस से चल जाएगा, पीएचडी में नहीं चलेगा, तुम्हें पेपर चाहिए होगा। तो इफ यू मैनेज टू गेट 3-4 पब्लिकेशंस या 2-3 पब्लिकेशंस इन अंडरग्रेड तो पीएचडी करो, इनफैक्ट बेस्ट है,
जो कि मुश्किल है,
बट वो बेस्ट है। अगर तुम अवॉइड कर सकते हो मास्टर सीधे पीएचडी तो वो तो ड्रीम है, मतलब वो तो बेसिकली तुम बिना पैसे करे वही चीज मिल रही है तुम्हें, इनफैक्ट बेटर चीज मिल रही है। तो तुम अगर तुमने 3-4 पेपर छाप दिए तो फिर सीधे पीएचडी करो भाई, मास्टर मत आओ, फिर कोई सेंस नहीं है मास्टर्स करने का।
ठीक है। और एक क्वेश्चन, नॉन थीसिस मास्टर प्रोग्राम इज अ कैश कव, पूरा एजुकेशन सिस्टम ही एक बिजनेस बन चुका है, बायजू को देख लो। अगर तुम बोल रहे हो कि ये कैश कव है तो ये बहुत लाइट रिसर्च है, थोड़ा और डीपर रिसर्च करो। वार्सिटी मतलब ऑपरेशन वार्सिटी ब्लू सबने देख रखा है, सब साइड डोर्स हमें पता है, पर दैट्स नॉट हाउ वी डू। मतलब कैश का बोलना इज जस्ट इग्नोरिंग द प्रॉब्लम। रिसर्च करो, तुम्हें बहुत अच्छे अच्छे प्रोग्राम्स मिल जाएंगे। और मैं देख रहा हूँ कि ये प्रोग्राम रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है, प्लीज मत करना।
अरे भगवान, रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है? अरे भैया
प्लीज।
रिकॉर्ड कहाँ से हो गया?
अरे
मुझे क्या पता,
ये सिर्फ हमारे लिए, मतलब अगर नहीं करेंगे तो
हाँ चलो ठीक है भाई।
अनंता विशाल ब्लैकमेल होने वाले हैं थोड़ी देर बाद।
अरे मैं ही काटूंगा भाई, मैंने ही कहानी बताई है सारी।
मेहुल किसने पूछा तेरे को इंटर्नशिप यूएमडी में कैसे मिला, जल्दी बोल दो।
या मैंने रिप्लाई कर दिया चैट पे
अच्छा
बेसिकली।
हाँ चलो, तो आई गेस सब कवर हो गया। मुझे तो थोड़ा निकलना पड़ेगा अभी। आई थिंक सबके पास हमारा ईमेल आईडी तो होगा, नहीं होगा तो दे दियो सब गाइस ऑर्गेनाइजर्स, एंड कुछ क्वेश्चन होगा तो कांटेक्ट कर लेना, फेसबुक व्हाट्सएप कुछ भी हो। और एज ए सेड, मतलब कभी कभी सब लोग भी बिजी होते हैं, तुम भी बिजी होगे, हम भी बिजी होते हैं, तो डायरेक्ट जल्दी मैसेज नहीं करेंगे, कभी पढ़ के भी मैसेज नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि निकल जाता है इच्छा, टू बी ऑनेस्ट इच्छा नहीं होता करके रिप्लाई कर। तो या बट वी विल गेट बैक।
हाँ मतलब एक बार, मतलब तुरंत अगर नहीं रिप्लाई तो 3-4 दिन के बाद वापस हमें
इनफैक्ट एक वीक बाद भी आ सकता है। अभी किसी का मैसेज तो पड़ा हुआ है, मैं रिप्लाई नहीं किया, सॉरी जिसने जो भी किया, पर आई विल गेट बैक, ओके, जब भी फ्री होता है। इसी इवेंट के लिए तो बिजी होगा, सो या जस्ट कीप कांटेक्ट।
क्वेश्चन है अभी।
हाँ अच्छा
सर, व्हाट इफ वी वांट टू वर्क इन फॉरेन विदाउट हायर स्टडीज?
कांटेक्ट आयुष जोगलेकर।
कांटेक्ट आयुष जोगलेकर या फिर भाई इंटरनेशनल कंपनीज में
मतलब
अप्लाई
फिर
करने
तुम्हें
का और कोई
इंडस्ट्री के
तरीका
अंदर
है?
से तुम्हें लैडर क्लाइंब करके जाना पड़ेगा,
वर्टिकल स्विचेस करना।
हाँ तो वो देखो, उसमें हम तो नहीं पता, बट दूसरे हैं मतलब जो अच्छे गाइड कर सकते हैं, तो वो देखो। एंड
जोगलेकर सर से बात करो, होता है
जोगलेकर सर गॉड है भाई, उनसे बात कर लो
बस।
और कुछ है क्या बच्चा क्वेश्चन?
No, sir. We are done with the questions.
Okay.
So,
चलो,
I would
थैंक यू,
like
बहुत
to
अच्छा
thank all
सेशन
of you.
क्लोजिंग के लिए आई होप किसी का कुछ थोड़ा सा क्लैरिफाई हुआ थोड़ा है तो I guess
कुछ
that's-
डाउट
So
हो
that is,
कुछ भी
we'll
डाउट हो तो
share
पूछ
your
लेना बट
contact details. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'll be sharing your contact details with everybody in case they have a doubt. They can contact you. And yes, thank you so much for your time and for joining us today.
Yeah. Same with you guys.
थैंक यू
Completely
कोऑर्डिनेटर्स
organized.
बहुत अच्छे से
बहुत
स्मूथली
शॉर्ट
ऑर्गेनाइज
नोटिस में बहुत स्मूथली किया yeah
And sir,
तारीफ है
मेरे लिए तो ज्यादा ही शॉर्ट नोटिस हो गया बट सही था बहुत मतलब काफी अच्छे से क्वेश्चंस मैनेज यू गाइस मतलब ना बहुत स्मूथली प्रोसेस था थैंक यू वेरी मच
yeah, sir.
एंड इट वाज रियली गुड इनिशिएटिव तो होपफुली किसी को भी कुछ भी मिल जाए पॉजिटिव तो दैट वुड बी गुड इससे
मेरे को निकलना है मैं जल्दी
There is a short note also. If you people allow, if speakers permit, we can also have a short Ask Me Anything session now. We will give permission to all the people to unmute themselves and ask anything to you.
तो
मुझे निकलना है तो मैं
हाँ तो विशाल चलो हम लोग
I can wait. Yeah.
हाँ 10-15 मिनट कर लेते हैं कोई इशू नहीं होगा तो चलो भाई विशाल भाई
यार जिसको भी क्वेश्चन पूछना हो एक बार रेज हैंड कर लो हम अनम्यूट कर देंगे
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, go.
सर एक्चुअली सर मेरा वही डाउट था कि सर मेरे को ऐसा कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है कि मतलब हायर स्टडीज बैचलर्स के हायर स्टडीज करने का बट सर मतलब लाइक फॉरेन में लाइक यूएस एंड यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में सर मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब वहाँ पे वर्क करने का मन है कि मतलब वहाँ पे अपनी बैचलर्स के बेसिस पे वहाँ पे एच डी एज अ काम करूँ तो सर वहाँ कैसे पहुँच सकते हैं
Yeah, like speaking statistically, most of the लोग जो जाते हैं without higher studies track वो ऐसा होता है कि they get into a job in India, ठीक है, then 1-2 साल काम करके वहाँ पे seniority gain करके shift कर जाते हैं, like 2-3 साल में. It is possible कि तुम 1 साल बाद चले जाओ, depends कि कंपनी कैसा अलाउ करती है, बट बहुत लोग देखे हैं, लिंक्डइन पे भी देखोगे तो बहुत लोग ऐसा ट्रैक फॉलो करते हैं. बट डायरेक्टली आउट ऑफ बीटेक जाना है तो प्रोसेस इज थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज मतलब यू हैव टू अप्लाई फॉर इंटरनेशनल कंपनीज जो हायर कर रही हो एंड देन उनका सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस भी काफ़ी डिफरेंट होता है. आई डोंट नो कैसा होता है बट तो उस डायरेक्टली जाना थोड़ा टफ दिखता है एंड मतलब बहुत लोग हैं भी नहीं जो डायरेक्टली जाते हैं अपने कॉलेज से.
तो लाइक सर मतलब इनडायरेक्टली उनके ही किसी मतलब ऑफिस में यहाँ प्लेस्ड होकर फिर उनके हेडक्वार्टर्स में यहाँ लाइक यूएस को अपने आप शिफ्ट कर देंगे तो सर ऐसे आइडिया भी नहीं है ना कि कंपनी में अगर प्लेसमेंट ले रहे हैं तो कल को भेजेंगे या नहीं भेजेंगे.
हाँ इट इज़ ट्रू, मतलब एक टीम पर भी डिपेंड करता है, कंपनी पर भी डिपेंड करता है, तो ये चीज़ तो स्टार्टिंग में क्लियर नहीं होती. ये तो मतलब कह नहीं सकते मतलब
आई थिंक वही
टीम टू टीम.
आई थिंक द बेस्ट वे ये रहेगा कि तुम कोई बंदा जो दूसरे मतलब ना इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस के बाद मास्टर्स करने का उसको कांटेक्ट करो लिंक्डइन पे या किसी पे एंड उससे पूछो. हम लोग मतलब ऑब्वियसली रफ आंसर दे पाएंगे बट हम में से किसी ने ये अभी किया नहीं है तो हमें नहीं पता कि वो ट्रैक एग्जैक्टली कैसे होता है तो हम बेस्ट आंसर नहीं दे पाएंगे, हम अपना रफ एस्टिमेशन दे पाएंगे. तो बेस्ट रहेगा कि कहीं लिंक्डइन या कहीं से तुम ये ट्रेस करो कोई सीनियर को जो मास्टर्स कर रहा है आफ्टर होता है ना कि जॉब एक्सपीरियंस और फिर उनका एक्सपीरियंस पूछो कि कैसा उन्होंने किया है क्या अलग किया.
एक चीज कर सकता है कि अपने एलुमनाई जो ऑलरेडी बाहर काम कर रहे हैं उनको रेफरल मांग लो उनसे, बट वो जॉब डिफिकल्ट हो गई क्योंकि कोई भी इंटरनेशनल हायर लेना किसी भी कंपनी के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, स्पेशली अभी कोविड की सिचुएशन में. तो बट दैट कुड बी अ वे.
सर अगर सर इंडिया की ही कंपनी में प्लेस होकर बाहर जाना दैट वुड बी मोर लाइक अ लक कि हम लक के बेसिस पे चले गए कंपनी में, कल को उन्होंने भेजा नहीं भेजा तो कोई मतलब कोई गारंटी.
हाँ बात तो सही है, लक होता है एंड
नॉट ओनली लक मतलब डिपेंड्स ना कि मतलब अगर स्किल अच्छा है एंड एक्चुअली कि तुम मतलब तुम्हें एक्चुअली भेज सकते हैं एक अच्छा डिपार्टमेंट में फॉरेन में, तो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन लक श्योर बट इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द स्किल्स टू.
मतलब वही है कि तुम्हें देखना पड़ेगा कि वो कंपनी टू कंपनी डिपेंड करता है. कुछ कंपनी ज़्यादा भेजती होंगी, कुछ कंपनीज बिल्कुल नहीं भेजती होंगी क्योंकि उनका कोई डिपार्टमेंट ही नहीं है. तो कंपनी का कल्चर कैसा है इंटरनल, वो कितना अलाउ करते हैं एक्सचेंज बिटवीन मतलब पता ना कंट्रीज या वो सब। तो और वीज़ा वगैरह का भी बहुत झंझट होता है कुछ कंपनीज, क्योंकि जैसे मान लो यूएस में नहीं भेजेंगे कंपनीज आजकल, क्योंकि वहाँ का वीज़ा बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो जाता है। तो मे बी यूरोप और यूके में ज़्यादा पॉसिबिलिटी होगा इंडिया से जाना थ्रू इंडस्ट्री एक्सपीरियंस रादर देन यूएस। तो वो सब बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं जो थोड़ा मतलब ऑब्वियसली तुम्हें खुद रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा, डिपेंडिंग ऑन तुम किस कंपनी में हो, कैसे काम कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो।
Okay, thanks, sir.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I saw your CVs, and it was that on LinkedIn, and most of you had done internship in the third year, research internship. So, how did you apply for it or plan for it? Means in the second year, did you were you sure that you had to go for internships, research internships in universities?
So it's like, yeah.
हाँ बोल मेरा तो।
So it's more or less like if you are going to go for internship in, let's say, after third year. So you will be start mailing the professors year before that in May, June, July, August. That's the period. Like maybe even starting in July is a better option, because at that time professors have the idea कि उनके पास कौन से projects हैं, do they have funding for the projects or not. So cold emailing is the best idea कि जितने प्रोफेसर मिल रहे हैं उन सबको ईमेल करते जाओ. What I did was I used to Google search university का नाम research lab and just find the professor and email.
अरे एक वेबसाइट है CS रैंकिंग करके, एंड उसमें तुम फिल्टर कर सकते हो. सो बेसिकली मान लो तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट, मान लो मेरा इंटरेस्ट मशीन लर्निंग डीप लर्निंग में था, तो वहाँ पे तुम जाओगे CS रैंकिंग एंड यू अप्लाई द फिल्टर ऑफ मशीन लर्निंग डीप लर्निंग. तो वो बेसिकली सारे यूनिवर्सिटीज विद फैकल्टी की लिस्ट दे देंगे जो उस फील्ड में रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, एंड देन यू कैन बेसिकली उनका प्रोफाइल चेकआउट करके तुम इनको मेल कर सकते हो. तो CS रैंकिंग चेकआउट कर लेना अगर किसी को.
Actually, what I meant was the skill set that we should acquire.
Skill set, I think,
for being selected to a university, suppose we apply for a university, but for being selected to a good university, we must have certain skill sets.
तो बेस्ट तो वही होगा कि तुम कॉलेज में प्रोफेसर से रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स करो प्रोफेसर्स के साथ, या फिर मतलब सेकंड, या फिर मतलब पता ना कि मे बी जैसे सेकंड ईयर में भी कुछ लोग क्या करते हैं कि जैसे ध्रुव ने किया था, IIT दिल्ली के प्रोफेसर्स को मेल किया था एंड वहाँ पे रिसर्च किया था सेकंड ईयर के समर में. एंड मतलब बहुत सारे इंडिया में भी प्रोग्राम्स है रिसर्च के जहाँ पे तुम अप्लाई कर सकते हो अर्ली. और अगर वो भी नहीं हुआ तो देन यू कैन ट्राई टू बिल्ड योर लाइक होता है ना, तुम खुद सेल्फ प्रोजेक्ट्स करो, खुद से मॉडल्स बनाओ, खुद से पेपर्स को रिक्रिएट करो, और मतलब होता है ना कि SOP कोर्सेज करो एंड CGPA मेंटेन करके रखो. तो मतलब बेसिकली बहुत सारे तरीके हैं प्रोफाइल बनाने के. तो CGPA और ऑब्वियसली कोर्सेरा कोर्सेज और ये सब ऑब्वियसली एक तरीका है. रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स भी एक तरीका है. कॉलेज में फैकल्टी से बात करके रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स करो. तो ये सब है, बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं, इन सब से तुम अपना प्रोफाइल बना सकते हो. एंड फिर जब तुम मेल करोगे तो दिस विल हेल्प. और कुछ है तो बता दें ग्रुप में.
इनकेस लग भी रहा हो कि प्रोफाइल अच्छी नहीं है बट स्टिल ईमेल कर दो प्रोफेसर्स को. ये सोचो मत कि प्रोफाइल अच्छी है या नहीं है,
मेल कर दिया करो. मतलब थोड़ा बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा के हल्का सा बोल देना, बहुत मत झूठ बोलना. ऑब्वियसली झूठ बोलना इज नॉट लाइक गुड, बट हल्का सा हाइप कर सकते हो कि मे बी तुम्हें X% आता है, तुम बोलते हो कि नहीं मुझे बहुत अच्छा आता है, बट तुम जाने से पहले फिर इतना डेवलप कर लेना अपने आप को. बट वही है कि मेल कर देना और बेसिकली ट्राई करते रहना थोड़ा सा. ऑब्वियसली ट्रायल एंड एरर काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है.
वैसे कोल्ड ईमेलिंग के टाइम भी मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि रैंडमली किसी को मेल कर दो, मतलब तुम एक्चुअली देख सकते हो कि वो पास्ट में इंटर्न्स लिया है या नहीं. तो इट इंक्रीजेस योर चांसेस कि मतलब वो ठीक है, वो बंदा इंटर्न लेता है, वो प्रोफ इंटर्न लेता है, तो तुम्हारा चांस बेटर होगा. तो थोड़ा स्मार्ट वे में ईमेल्स करना.
सर जैसे मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि जैसे ध्रुव सर ने सेकंड ईयर में ईमेल किया था IIT दिल्ली में, तो मतलब जैसे मुझे ये पूछना था कि उसके पहले क्या उनका पोर्टफोलियो था, कि मतलब किस बेसिस पे लाइक वो शॉर्टलिस्ट हुए थे सेकंड ईयर में, क्योंकि वो थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है.
क्या मैंने एक्चुअली एक प्रोग्राम में अप्लाई किया था जिसका नाम है समर रिसर्च फेलोशिप प्रोग्राम. तो ये प्रोग्राम बेसिकली सेकेंड ईयर्स में इंटर्न लेता है इंडिया से, रिसर्च इंटर्न्स, एंड मोस्टली इनका सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया CGPA बेस्ड होता है. तो मेरा CGPA अच्छा था तो मेरे लिए बहुत इजी हो गया था. दे डू एक्सपेक्ट कि तुम्हारे पास मतलब वो पूछते हैं कि व्हाट स्किल्स डू यू हैव, लाइक विच एरिया डू यू वांट टू वर्क. तो तुम्हें कुछ दिखाना पड़ता है कि तुमने क्या प्रोजेक्ट किया. मेरे पास बहुत अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स नहीं थे बट एवरेज प्रोजेक्ट्स थे, बट CGPA अच्छा था. तो CGPA वाज द थिंग व्हिच गॉट मी थ्रू.
देखो जैसे भानु सर एक है, उन्होंने क्या किया था, उन्होंने सेकंड ईयर में सीधे कॉलेज में ही कर लिया था इंटर्नशिप किसी फैकल्टी का पकड़ के. तो मे बी जैसे ध्रुव का बहुत तगड़ा प्रोफाइल था एंड इसलिए उसको मिल गई। बट अगर मान लो तुम्हारा प्रोफाइल अच्छा नहीं है और तुम या आईटी दिल्ली या ये सब में नहीं सेक्योर कर पा रहे हो और तुम एम्बिशियस है कि तुम्हें फिर भी मतलब ना सेकंड ईयर में कुछ करना है ताकि तुम थर्ड ईयर में फिर अच्छी जगह अप्लाई कर पाओ, तो अपने कॉलेज के फैकल्टी से भी तुम बेसिकली एक समर मतलब इलाहाबाद में रुकना पड़ जाएगा छलवा में, जो कि
मेहुल किया था वो तो एक
मेहुल भी किया था। अच्छा हाँ, मेहुल भी किया था एंड मतलब भानु भी किए थे, भानु सर भी किए थे एंड दोनों मतलब अब काफी अच्छी जगह है। तो ये सेकंड ईयर में तुम कॉलेज भी रुक सकते हो एंड कॉलेज में ऑब्वियसली इजी रहेगा
हाँ कोई
क्योंकि
इशू नहीं है।
हाँ फैकल्टीज जानते होंगे and वो कर लेंगे, तो किसी कॉलेज के फैकल्टी को ही पकड़ सकते हो तुम अगर बहुत अच्छा प्रोफाइल नहीं है। बट ट्राई करना, मतलब ये हाँ बेस्ट ये कि ट्राई तो कर ही लेना जो भी मिल रहा है, बट अगर नहीं हुआ तो तुम सेकंड ऑप्शन ये रख सकते हो। हाँ मेहुल
फैकल्टी ध्यान से चूज करना,
हाँ फैकल्टी
टाइम भी खराब हो सकता है
क्योंकि अगर वो मतलब मैं नाम नहीं
हाँ,
लेना
भी
चाहूँगा
सही
बट बेसिकली कुछ फैकल्टीज बहुत अच्छे होंगे मेंटरशिप और रिसर्च गाइड के लिए, कुछ फैकल्टीज नहीं होंगे, मतलब बिल्कुल नहीं होंगे क्योंकि कुछ फैकल्टीज बेसिकली एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे कि तुम खुद से कर लो सब कुछ। मतलब मैं अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस कह रहा हूँ, मतलब वो तुम्हें गाइड नहीं करेंगे, उनको लगेगा कि तुम बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हो तो खुद कर पाओगे, बट इतना नहीं होता रिसर्च में एक्सपीरियंस कि तुम खुद से कर पाओगे। तो बेसिकली समवन जो तुम्हें लीड कर पाए कि कहाँ पे देखना है रिसर्च के लिए, क्या करना है, और तुम क्योंकि अनएक्सपीरियंस हो गए तो वो तुम्हें हेल्प कर पाए कि कैसे करना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए। तो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि अगर तुम 3 महीना डाल रहे हो तो होपफुली कोई अच्छा मेंटर के अंदर डालो, भले ही वो खड़ूस हो, भले ही क्या हो, वो सब नहीं है, एज लॉन्ग एज वो मतलब होता है ना अच्छा है, बस चिपक जाना उससे।
हाँ, ये कंसेप्शन में मत जाना जो सीनियर्स पहले तुम्हें बता देते हैं कि काला सर वो है कि तुम्हें वो
कुछ कुछ
मार
कुछ
देंगे, जला
कुछ
देंगे।
प्रोफेसर्स बहुत अच्छे लगेंगे ऐसे
हाँ।
सुनने में और बात करने में, बट उनसे नहीं हो पाता है रिसर्च, और उनके साथ जाना भले ही वो अच्छे जितने भी हो कोई फायदा नहीं हो, टाइम वेस्ट है तुम्हारा, तो वो ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। हम काला सर कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारे लिए वही थे, बट
हम
तुम
तीनों के हाँ
हाँ तुम लोग ढूंढ लो अपने फील्ड्स में, थोड़ा बहुत आसपास पता करना पड़ेगा, बट इतना मुश्किल नहीं होना चाहिए।